Christian comes into this game with 1 win, no losses. This is, of course, the second game and second week of the season. Chester County comes in with a record of 0-1, but they lost a heartbreaker to Fayette Ware, and that one was only a 4-point difference. Jackson Christian, of course, beat FACS 41-0. A big night, and a couple of things to tell you about. First of all, Aaron Smith was the player of the week. For us on the broadcast, Jackson's son also gave him that honor. And a lot of great stats, which we'll go over with you in just a few moments. And we'll also run down some of the games in West Tennessee. We know that Trinity Christian is at South Gibson, which will be on our sister station 105.3. Also, it will be streamed live too. And a slight delay, as you heard, Eye of the Tiger there. Like I said, Aaron Smith, big week last week. I believe he was rushing leader for our team with 115 yards and 2 TDs. Cam Boyd had 7 carries for 62 yards and 2 TDs. Aaron Smith, big passer last week, 15 for 17, 239 yards and 2 TDs. You can't be 88%. Actually, I think it's 88.2% throwing average and completion average. Receiving, Tinsley caught 7 balls for 100 yards. Will Cisco caught 5 for 88. Danielle Brooks caught 2 for 47. And Peyton Tinsley had a touchdown, and so did Danielle Brooks. And leading tackler last week, I have him at 13.5. Sometimes I keep up with halves, but 13 tackles total, 3 for loss. And that was what happened with some rough statistics. We also had 1 punt for 53 yards, and it was a deadly coffin corner kick. 13 minutes before we take this game, and a little technical. Here comes Dave Wade with the plan. He works part-time at Freed Hardeman as an assistant coach, and he's one of our great firemen. And we'll tell you more about this Jackson Christian team. Came out, got a good start, and traveling on the road for the first time. That's good to get that taken care of. We'll have the same starting lineups. Dave will give those in just a few moments. And I'm looking for instruction from my producer. And we are.
He's running commercials right now.
Oh, he's running commercials. So we're not on. I wasted all that air. Dave, they've switched times on us again. And I couldn't text you. We're down to one cell phone and yours. Okay, Paul, what's happening? We got to start all over again?
No, I think switch times on us.
Yeah. I leave the station at 6:55. Oh, I hadn't punched it.
It's all of that. Well, he said 2.5 minutes, he said.
I can't back time. This is way horrible.
I might not get down.
All right, he said 2.5 minutes. He had to refresh because, Johnny, are you seeing us? I'm watching and you're zoomed in on the far side, right? Yeah. All right, keep asking calling. Yeah, you should be able to see it. I'm seeing it.
We're good. All right, so I'm going to count you down and I'm going to come to you, but we now have the live broadcast, okay?
Okay. So I got to do the opening over again, right?
Because that's the problem. You're still looking at last week.
You will have to film this one. So I'm going to, in 5 seconds, I'm going to come to you, okay?
If you go, when you went to the Jackson Christian, hello? Hello?
And good evening. Welcome back to Chester County. Coach Joe Holloway, David Wade, Paul Schulze. Johnny's on the camera upstairs. We're looking for a knockdown, drag-out game. And don't let last year's game fool you. For 3 quarters, it was a contest, and the Jackson Christian Eagles pushed it out, Dave.
Yeah, they battled it out over at Jackson Christian last year, and I'll tell you what, the thing that got me was I didn't expect it to be that high scoring of a ball game, but it really was, and there was some pretty hard hits that were laid out there, and you know, I expect nothing less than that tonight, Coach.
Absolutely, and everybody seems to come in pretty healthy. We did have a couple of knick-knack injuries. Same starting lineups. Dave will give those to you in just a few moments. There's still 10 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock, and you're going to hear the eye of the tiger off and on all night. Dave, your thoughts in this contest going into it?
You know, Jackson Christian normally in this situation would come in as a smaller team and possibly, you know, in numbers and everything else. Not this year, Coach. I believe that this is the biggest that we've had, numbers-wise and size-wise, and they're doing a really, really good job. It's just now a matter of, can they take this show on the road that they had last week, put it all together against Chester County, who's going to play a hard defense here, and we're going to have to just take control of the ball, no mistakes tonight, and set the tempo.
Okay, let's look at some of our fine sponsors and tell you about them. And Sonic of Jackson will have dollar pretzels on, well, August 27th. That's today. So while you're listening to us on radio, run out and get you some dollar pretzels. It's a way to do that. In September, actually in August, September, I believe, September is S'mores Shake. It's going to be featured. I love those things. And, of course, King Jewelers. Go by and see Grover King. Fine jewelry, friendly staff, custom designs, and quality repairs. See Grover King at King Jewelers. And, of course, McDonald's. McDonald's, from the start, they've been committed to doing the right thing. Stop by your McDonald's today. Jackson State Community College, welcoming learners of all ages, offering career-ready degrees. Old Country Auto, Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto on the corner of Airways and the Bypass is the proud supporter of high school athletics. Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, we offer professional knowledge, increased property values, and a better living space for you and your family. Now, the dealership that Service built, that's Gene Langley, and you know them well. Like we said, with the service that you get there, you should really try Gene Langley. Toyo's Clinics, Jerry Lee Lewis said it best. I can't believe how clearly I can see. Dr. Toyo's had me playing in the concert the very next night. And, of course, Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's Body Shop, committed to quality, committed to you, committed to high school sports. House of Hair needs 3 hairdressers, a hair tech, called 240-1660, open Monday through Saturday. And, of course, Mac Pest Control, the bugs stop here.
Yes, they do.
I guarantee you. And we'll hear from some more of our good sponsors, but we're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, more pregame. You're listening to WNWS.com 101.5.
If your insurance policy is coming up for renewal, don't just send in a check. Do yourself a favor and contact Shanna Tabor at Farmers Insurance. Shanna helps customers like you identify the coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about your insurance. Shanna has the tools and knowledge to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, life, or business insurance.
And I may save you hundreds of dollars. Hello, this is Shanna Tabor, your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by my office on University Parkway next to the post office for a free quote, or find me at stabor@farmersagent.com.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
Hi, I'm Grover King, owner and jeweler of King Jewelers. I opened King Jewelers 22 years ago and made it my mission to provide you with quality jewelry at an affordable price. With over 35 years experience as a jeweler, you can feel safe knowing your jewelry is in good hands. Whether you just need a ring sized or want to create a custom engagement ring, King Jewelers will help. My employees are knowledgeable and we put customer service first. No job is too small and every person that walks through our door is important to us. Come to see us at King Jewelers today. 16 Conrad Drive, 664-8188. Shop us online at kingjewelersjackson.com.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the deliciously cheesy McDouble or the boldly seasoned hot and spicy McChicken with small fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Are you celebrating a new driver in your family? Mitchell's Body Shop says congratulations and welcome to the road. Remember to buckle up and be alert. And if your family should ever need auto body repair for your young driver and you want a safe yet economical repair, call Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's has a lifetime warranty on all repairs and rental cars on site for your convenience. Mitchell's Body Shop, 96 Riverport Drive in Jackson. And don't text and drive.
Welcome back to Jackson Christian Football on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com. We're at Eagle Stadium, not our stadium, but Chester County Eagles. And now, the man you have been waiting for. As Bass says sometimes, clear the path. The one and only, high-stepping, fast-talking, fast-walking Dave Wade is fixing to give you the starting lineups.
Yeah, we'll tell you about who's going to start at this game at Chester County. We're going to start with the defense first. And the Jackson Christian starting defense is going, let's see here. I'm looking. Tell you what, we're going to go with the offense first here. Starting at left tackle will be number 77, Charles Sims. At left guard, number 63, Will Stanfill. At center, number 55, Tim Craig. At right guard, number 56, Cameron Manners. At right tackle, number 75, Forrest Manners. At wide receiver, number 1, Danier Brooks. At wide receiver, number 21, Will Cisco. At the other wide receiver, number 7, Peyton Tinsley. At tight end and fullback, number 22, Jackson Taylor. And the running back will be number 3, Cam Boyd. And calling the signals for the Eagles tonight, the quarterback, number 11, Aaron Smith. And now we'll move on to the starting lineups on defense, and that will be at tackle, number 42, Chase Birmingham. At nose guard, number 79, Brandon Bennett. At the other tackle, number 23, Elijah Wiley. At outside linebacker, number 22, Jackson Taylor. At the other outside linebacker, number 2, Trip Hearn. And the middle, number 33, Everett Wells. In the back at the safety, number 58, Tucker Nash. Number 7, Peyton Tinsley. At strong safety. At free safety, number 8, Michaela Booz. At cornerback, number 3, Cam Boyd. And at the other side, the cornerback, number 1, Danier Brooks. Coach, that's the starting lineup tonight, and I'll tell you what, we're looking at about 79 degrees now with a wind coming out of the south, I'd say the southeast at about 10 miles an hour. Coach, this is going to be as good as it gets.
Yes, it is. You'll hear the wind some in our microphones. We've just had the coin toss. David, I wished we'd gotten to it, let you do such a great job. But Jackson Christian is going to receive and defend the south goal. Chester County is defending the north goal. And Jackson Christian will be going from left to right on your radio dial or even on your computer screen.
That's it. And actually the wind is going the same way. It is semi going left to right. So anybody moving to the right tonight is going to have the benefit of a little wind that's probably going to gust a little higher. We'll be going into it as we head to the scoreboard side. And, Coach, Ray Washington has got his crew out here tonight. Everybody knows Ray. He's a great official, and that crew is one of the best that West Tennessee has.
And the Eagles make their appearance, and, of course, yes, his son, Jabril, he's now known as Jabril's son, dad.
Yeah, that's it. He's not Ray's son anymore. He is Jabril's dad.
Yeah. And the Eagles of Chester County make their appearance. And let's tell you about some more of our fine sponsors. And Victory Honda, come to Victory Honda on the bypass and ask for GM Chase Channel. Chase will help you select the Honda of your choice. And, of course, Carlock Nissan, family-owned, 495 Band Drive. Shop online 24/7, carlocknissanofjackson.com. And Kimberly Evans, of Caldwell Banker, or Banker Realtor. I keep wanting to just say Banker, but I'm going to tell you what she can do. The biggest problem with realtors is lack of communication. With Kimberly, you don't ever have to worry about that problem. She answers the phone even if you call her at 11 p.m. She will have your phone calls returned, and house sold averages about 9 days on that. She also, if she doesn't get back with you by text or call in an hour, she'll mow your yard for free. How about that, Dave?
Man, I can always take a good free yard mowing.
It sure can. And let's see who's back this week. I know that Cam Boyd was back last week, and we'll check. Malik Booz is to the closest side. Now, Dave, is
these numbers.
Is this the National Federation's idea of correcting a numbers
No,
problem?
it starts next year, actually. That's when it has to do. So this will be the last year that we'll see these white jerseys with silver numbers.
I'll be blind by then.
I'm telling you, absolutely. It is just hard to see. They look good. I'm telling you, they really, really look sharp.
They
but
don't
from
read
the press
good.
box, they don't read worth a dang.
Anyway, let's check and see if we can pick up who's kicking off. I was told it would be Josh Kuykendall, and it is. He's 6'3" and a junior, so he'll be back again next year. Last week, the Chester County team played Fayette Ware, and it turned into a real white knuckler. We're just about ready for football. There's the thud. Kick is deep. Looks like Malik Booz at the 2. Starts up the middle of the field, heads towards the Jackson Christian side, across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, and down to about the 43 or 44-yard line, Dave.
Man, he found a seam on the left-hand side. They set that return up perfect, and you knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to get to the wall. He got to the wall, and it was only a saving tackle that was close to being a horse collar, but it was not. They pull it down, and the Eagles going to put it in play at the 44.
Now, this is a big front line for the Chester County Eagles. Looks like they're going man coverage. Usually they have 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up outside linebackers. Here's motion. They fake and give to the running back, Cam Boyd. He's going to get 4, maybe 5 yards on second effort.
Yeah, they come back across in the flow, and they bring the crossbuck back over, and we hit the seam on that left-hand side. We made a living last week on that left-hand side. I think they're going to try it until Chester County can find a way to put a stop to it.
Well, I'm going to have to give them 6 yards on that. That brings up a 2nd and 4. The ball is, the nose of it's touching the 50-yard line, the far hash marks. Looks like Brooks and Cisco to the far side. Tinsley, a single receiver. Here comes a little flip, and that should be a pass, and that's to Will Cisco. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Coach, everybody that's watching on television, and if you're listening on the radio, this is exactly what happens is the quarterback's taking the snap, and he never even takes control of it. He catches it and bats it right back up into the air, into the receiver that's coming around's hand. It is actually a pass. If it's dropped, it's going to be incomplete. No gain on that, but it is a completion.
Now 3rd and a long 4. Brooks and Cisco to the left. Tinsley's also trips. 1 man in the backfield. Your tight end, Jackson Taylor, to this side, and they readjust the alignment. 3 coming, 8 dropping in pass. Smith gets outside to the left, gets his first down, gets across the 45 and down to about the 42.5 of Chester County. Initial first down, Jackson Christian.
Great job by Smith. He had a man open down there, but he knew he could run for the first down. 2 defensive backs had turned their back to cover their man, and, Coach, once that happens and you see the back of their jerseys, run right at them.
Absolutely. 7 yards on the pickup, 10-13 to go, no score. We're here at Chester County. Jackson Christian with the football, 1st and 10 from the Chester County 43. Here's the man in motion. It's a flip pass. Now they'll blow that dead, and there's a good example for you watching it at home when Booz dropped it.
It is a pass, and once again, he never controls the ball as the quarterback. It's snapped to him, and he almost volleyball pushes it in like a setter, and the receiver at that time dropped it. Great job by Ray Washington knowing that that's an incomplete pass.
Now, the substitution at linebacker for Chester County, Williamson coming out, and Ellis Patterson, the great running back down here, is in the ballgame. He had a big game last week. Cisco, Tinsley to this side. It's like Brooks is working as a single. Got a wing back, Snap to Smith. Quick pass to Brooks. He dances. He jokes one man, makes him miss. First down and more. Run out of bounds. What about the 27? We'll see the spot, though.
Yeah, it's going to actually be at the 30-yard line, Coach, and a great job right there. And he waited on his blocker to get out there and throw the kick-out block. He patiently waited for that to happen, and then he cut it upfield for a first down. Fantastic job of slowing the game down. Let your blocks happen and do what the play is designed to do.
Second first down for the Eagles. And the Eagles in this case are the Jackson Christian Eagles. Remember, Eagles have 20-1 odds to win the ball game tonight, Dave.
I took it.
Yeah, you got to catch that one if you missed it. Straight handoff. Boyd tries the middle, and somebody filtered down the line, and filtering down the line was Stephen Green wearing number 3 for them.
Yeah, the 6 foot, 160-pound Stephen Green did not have any problem getting in there. The junior just shot the gap, got a hold to the running back before he had any momentum going.
Gain of about 4 inches, maybe 5. And I see the trips receivers. That'll be Tinsley, Cisco, and Brooks coming to this direction. Got a tight end this time with one running back in the backfield with Smith. Linebacker's going to shoot the gap, but they picked him up, but we didn't get the defensive end. Here's the pass to Cisco. Cisco's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Jackson Christian, 29 yards.
Aaron Smith read it perfectly. Cisco comes down on the hash, and he goes down, fakes to the outside, cuts to the post in the middle. The safety had cheated over to the right-hand side. Nobody was within 10 yards. He threw it off his back foot just a little bit short, but it didn't matter. Touchdown, Jackson Christian.
Man, that was well executed. And, of course, our man, Mr. Holland, comes on to execute the extra point. Alden Holland, 5 for 6 last week. And, Dave, you'll have to call it because I'm blocked off.
It is no good. He actually caught it on the inside of the foot and hooked it to the left-hand side. No good.
With the score, Jackson Christian 6, Chester County nothing. Let's take a 1-minute timeout on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
With 17 years experience, Tim Armstrong and his team at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape are just what you need for weed control and fertilization for turf and landscape beds, as well as pest control and fungus on trees and shrubs. Let them design the perfect landscape for you, as well as irrigation work, hardscape installation, and low-voltage landscape lighting installation. They do it all at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, 234-0823, Tennessee Charter number 5398.
Sakura.
And we are back. The team's hustling tonight, Dave. They got out on the field quick. Normally you get a minute in between here. The referee's hustling, team's hustling. And let's see. Looks like Tyrekus Anderson will be one man deep for Chester County. And he will be a single safety. They have 2 up in front of him. And, of course, Holland, who had that 53-yard punt last week, is capable of hitting that end zone. Yeah, David called it. Your call and helping with the coffin corner was great. Here's the kickoff. This one, a low line drive. It's going to bounce, field it at about the 2, bringing it up the middle, veering to his left. Now hemmed in. We had it. The football is loose. Coach is yelling, ball, ball. Let's see who picked it up. And they can advance that one, correct, Dave?
Yes, they can advance a kickoff. Jackson Christian picked it up as long as the receiver of the kick had possession, which he obviously did. He put it on the ground, and the Eagles pick up a big turnover in the first quarter.
I want to give Walker Ray credit. If I miss it, we'll check later with Greg. That's the jerseys in a mass of humanity like that. And so the Eagles of Jackson Christian have the football back, 1st and 10. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
And Coach, you got to give credit right there to the kickoff coverage team because they stayed in their lanes right there and they forced the man with the ball to make a move.
Yeah, there was a good hit by Campbell Scott to set him up. He broke loose from Campbell, but he set him up, and boom, we lowered the boom. Tinsley in motion. They fake it, trying to go up the middle. And breaking a tackle is Aaron Smith. He's going to lose a couple of yards, but it could have been a lot worse than that.
Yeah, it could have been. And Judez Williamson is the one that got in there and disrupted that play, caused it to slow down, and gave the corners and the safety time to come up and make a tackle for a loss.
I'm going to say a loss of 3. The ball's on the 14. It'll be 2nd and 13. That's odd numbers there. Trips left, 3 receivers, Cisco, Brooks, and Tinsley. Tight end, Jackson Taylor to this side. Snap, quick out This is the big man, Tinsley. He cuts up inside that good block, and Tinsley's going to take it to the house. 14 yards, touchdown, Jackson Christian.
And another good job of waiting for your blocks to happen. There's no reason to get fast right there. All you have to do is sit down. They're going to kick the block out, and once they kick that block out, he had nobody in his way to the goal line. Good job by Jackson Christian, Peyton Tinsley.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you what, Brooks and Cisco must have thrown some great blocks.
They did, and he waited for them to happen, and that's what you got to do.
Alden Holland on the snap. The kick is up. The referee says it's good. 13-0. Jackson Christian will be back in 30 seconds on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
Sakura set the standard in West Tennessee for Japanese sushi rolls and hibachi grill dishes. By popular demand, Sakura added a Chinese menu. For starters, egg drop and hot and sour soup. Entrees include chicken broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, Mongolian beef, and lo mein with your choice of meat. Our Chinese lunch menu starts at just $7.95. Sakura also delivers to your home or business, or you can call ahead for pickup at 664-2878. Sakura's dining area now open and serving at 50% capacity. Sakura on Carriage House Drive.
Back getting ready for kickoff. Some good Beach Boys music in the background.
Well,
13-0, Dave. And
we do have a tropical storm coming at us.
We do. Dave, offensive line's been blocking good too.
Man, I'm telling you, they're giving everybody time, and it was only one person that shot a gap and did a great job defensively that has beat our offensive line tonight.
Yep. Holland puts his foot into it, line drive. It's high enough. It's going to make the end zone by about 2 yards. It will be a touchback. 1st and 10 for Chester County on their own 20.
I'm telling you, when you hit a bullet like that, that ball probably wasn't 20 feet off of the ground, but it was rocketed into the end zone. Little help of the wind. Now we're going to get to see the Chester County offense here for the first time, Coach.
And they like to run not a pro set, but they run the pistol. Now their quarterback, Tony Washington, is back from Fayette, where he moved into Fayette County last year. He's back. This young man is a wheeler dealer. He can run the read option, Dave.
Well, and that's what they're going to rely on, is his ability to read option. So we have to stay and do our duties here to make sure that we can hold him to his.
They had a wing back that comes in motion now, resets on the left side of the line. They're just going to hand off straight. Oh, they faked me off. That young man's good sleight of hand by Tony Washington. He gets his first carry for good yardage.
Yeah, Mr. Washington, a 6'2", 220-pound junior for Chester County, just stuck it in the belly of the running back right there and decided he wanted to take it over right side, pulled it out, and got himself a gain of 5.
And we'll pick up as many of the tacklers as we can. These numbers are the worst I've ever dealt with. And I'll take that back. One year Memphis Fairleigh had some numbers that
that was orange and orange on orange, probably, with a black outline.
Well, that was what it was.
I've seen them.
The uniforms are beautiful now. I mean, they look like the Dallas Cowboys or somebody out there. It's just tough to see the numbers from a press box. Now, too much time, I presume, Dave.
Well, let's see. They have called something, and I'm really not sure what's going on. And we got the back judge that dropped it. We got to delay a game, so that's going to take that 5 away from them, Coach, pulling up a 2nd and 10.
Okay, now 2nd and 10, back where we started, and we'll try to pick up their wideouts there to the far side. Usually their wideouts are Anderson and Barham and some of the kids. Now they've got 22 in there at a wing back, which he doesn't always. Now free to roam. Washington lifts it out there. I'd look for there it comes.
Yeah, that's a really good call, and I'm going to tell you what, it's not a bad penalty right there. It's just going to cost Jackson Christian 15 yards, which is going to give Chester County a first down. But I'm going to tell you right now, if Boyd does not get a hold to him, there may be numbers on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the game plan situations. Cam Boyd, a very small cornerback, and teams with tall wideouts are going to try him out early every game.
Yeah, and he was going to get open because Cam had to decide whether he was coming up, because it looked like he was going to run there for a second, but he decided to pull up. I do not blame him from doing that, and he just probably saved a touchdown.
He probably did. You know, some defense back coaches even teach you to step on their heel. Referees don't usually call that. Slot with a man in motion, and he sets as a wing back to the left side. He pulls. He being Washington, he's going to get a first down and more. He's across the 50, spinning down to the 45. And this young man is a very tough runner.
Hey, he's a great athlete, and he's very smart. He's got a really good read right there. He broke off of the right-hand side after the fake and got deep into the Jackson Christian secondary. And Tinsley made the tackle down there, but it was a gain of about, 20
yards.
20 yards, Coach.
First down, ball on the Jackson Christian 45. Now the defense going strong side, weak side. Got two wide outs, a wing back to the left. Here comes the linebacker for Jackson Christian, hitting in the backfield but dragging this young man, number 24, Ellis Patterson, is very strong. He weighs 215 pounds.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it was a great job by Tucker Nash to get in there. He made a very, very good hit, but he had come in from the side right there. And the fullback and the running back, he looks more like a fullback than a running back. He just was driving his knees. But Tucker Nash made a great, great play right there to shoot that gap and get a hold of him.
Before I get shot by one of my best friends, it's Tacker.
Oh, it's Tacker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I see that now. That's what happens when you look down and assume.
Yeah, that yellow roster there that got printed on today is a little rough to see.
Okay, I was Tacker. All right, I got it.
Okay, just one in the backfield. They fake. It's a pass all the way. Lots of pressure, pulling him down. Football's loose, but it was after his knees were already down. And that is number 42 for Jackson Christian. And that is one and only Chase Birmingham, and he was in there like he wanted to shake his hand and greet him.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play down here, and it's either going to be illegal. It's going to be either an illegal motion with two men in motion, or you're going to have defense offsides right now. You're going to have illegal procedure right here. Probably had two men in motion or not enough men on the line of scrimmage. And they're going to decline this, I'm sure. There we go.
Now the down keeper made the cardinal mistake of down keepers.
He flipped it.
Yep, and he moved it. He was already moving backwards.
Well, that's when you're supposed to make that mental note where you were, because obviously he went back right there.
There is a nice guy with the white hat or one of the side judges that will help you with movement.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You do not go until I beckon.
Looks like Barham far to the right. There is a slot on each side. One man in the backfield, passing all the way. He's got outside. We've lost contain. And running is Washington. He gets it knocked out of his hands, but it went forward.
Yeah, it did. It went out of bounds right there at the 48-yard line, Coach. And once again, that's the way you have to contain this young man, is you've got to force him towards the sidelines, use both sidelines as your 12th and 13th player, and you take his athletic ability away from him.
Fourth down now, ball on the Jackson Christian 48. Chester County has a chance to pin us back. Danye Brooks deep. Looks like we're going to be in punt safe. Somebody must, and we'll check them out, see if we send one guy to rush and make sure he's going to punt it. Yes, we did. Trip Hearn checked him out. Brooks is going to get away from it. And then it takes a Chester County bounce. Look like it's going out of bounds. Looks like some of my golf shots, Dave.
Yeah, it did. You know, it surely did. It kind of shanked right on in there, or actually, he's right-footed, so he hooked it in there, Coach. But he got away with it and did exactly what they wanted to do, try to pin them somewhere back in there. And, they're got a long way to go, but we got the ball.
And about a 32-yard punt. And let's see, coming in, Judez Williamson, who is a very fine linebacker. Also, he's a good runner, but he's playing wingback tonight. Again, with three down linemen, one of the stand-up outside linebackers is rushing. Here's the pitch on the outside. Looks like Boyd. There's a penalty. We know it'll come back. Dave, that's always got to be an offensive man.
It is, and it's going to be a hold, and the new position of the umpire gets to see that very, very well. He's back there with the referee, and he saw it, dropped it very, very quick. So we're going to get a 10-yard penalty here from about the 20. And if they accept it, and I think they will, because he gained about 4 or 5 on the play. So they'll take it back and still be first down.
Yeah, and this will go back to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and Coach, for those watching on television, you're looking at a high school for the first time. The umpires moved back into the pro position when they're outside the 20. Sometimes they can move back to the regular position if they're going into the end zone, but when they're going full length of the field, the umpire now has moved to the referee side.
Should they be outrun from that position?
No.
Brooks wide to the right side of our formation. Cisco in the slot. We'll have to pick up the other wide out to the far side. It is a substitution. I don't see Tinsley. Smith flushed out right around his goal line. He's going to run for his life. Spinning, breaks one tackle, gets across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 40-yard line. He could go all the way. Check for flags, Dave. Touchdown, Aaron Smith. He went 93 yards.
Yes, he did. 93 yards, but I'm going to tell you right now, Malik Booz is the one that made that play. He was going to get caught at about the 30-yard line, but McGeek turned on the Jets, got in front of the defensive player who was chasing him side by side, disrupted his sprint, and we take it all the way in. What a fantastic play.
Right to the house. Smith holds now. You think he's out of breath right now?
Hey, man, can we call timeout, Coach? Can we call two in a row?
You know that offensive line just kept pushing people and pushing people.
They did.
We need to give those young men some credit here in a minute, more than we give them. The snap. The kick is up. It looks good. The referees say no good. Man, I thought I saw the white disappear on the goalpost. That's what I usually look for.
Yeah, I thought I did too, Coach.
Let's check the eyesight there. We got Toyo's Eye Clinic sponsoring this. And anyway, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're here on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Toyos of Toyos Clinic. Are you ready to enjoy freedom from glasses and contact lenses? We now offer the latest technology, flapless LASIK. With flapless LASIK, the very next day you can swim, work out, wear makeup. Call our LASIK concierge for a free consultation. 800-603-1989, 800-603-1989. Toyos Clinic, flapless LASIK. See better, look better.
Back at Eagle Stadium in Chester County, home of the Chester County Eagles. Jackson Christian Eagles leading 19-0. We've had 2 missed extra points. I still think the other one was good. And folks, please don't forget about our fine sponsors like Mac Pest Control, the Bugs Stop Here. I like that. We're ready for a kickoff, and hopefully Mr. Holland's a busy man kicking off tonight. Here's a deep one. End over end, it turns, it goes in. We'll play from the 20, Dave.
Well, that's what we want to do. Don't give anybody a chance to return it. Anytime that you can get it in the end zone, get it in there, because they don't have a chance to break it.
3:39 to go in the first quarter of play. Jackson Christian with that 19-0 lead. Welcome all the fans from Jackson Christian all over. I know Coach Palmer's parents are listening. I know that the Sicklers, Peyton and Deb, are listening in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And here,
man, what a place to be.
Here comes Chester County, and that's Barham that's coming out to the left. He is the tall guy trying to work on Cam Boyd now. There's a wing back and a tight end. They hand off up the middle, and this young man is strong, and that is number 24, Ellis Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson just hit straight up the middle there, and it's a fantastic play by number 33, Everett Wells. He comes in and makes a good tackle, slows him up. We get him for a 7-yard gain, but a good defensive play.
11 yards on 2 carries for Ellis Patterson, and he will be the workhorse. But they'll have a lot of carries for Tony Washington, the quarterback. He's the speed merchant, but you know what? Ellis Patterson is not slow.
No, he's not.
One wide out. They pull a guard. Patterson tries to read it. He kicks outside. Or actually, it's Ellis Patterson running the football. He's got the 3rd first down for Chester County.
Yeah, the 5'11", 215-pound junior took the ball and he shook the first tackle, cut it out to the outside for another sizable game. It looks like right now that the Eagles have decided that they're going to keep it on the ground in a little smash mouth football.
Yeah, they're just using a slot and a wide out some of the time, Anderson and Barham, but they're playing with a tight end and a wing back. And here goes the wing back in motion to the right. And they give on the read. We almost had him in the backfield, but we're not containing. Our outside linebackers have got to come up much quicker, Dave.
Yeah, Brandon Bennett got in there really quick, and he made a move and got him to the outside, and he did disrupt it enough to hold him to a gain of only 2 when it could have been a whole lot more if he would have gotten the corner.
Okay, it will be second and about a short 8. Coming back into the ball game is number 89, Landon Crabtree. He's a senior. He's a big man. I know he blocks a lot and he plays defense sometimes, but they're going to split him out to the left. And it looks like Chester County may have to use a timeout because they were slow getting to the line of scrimmage, Dave.
Yeah, 3 seconds was left on the game clock, on the play clock, as they went to the line of scrimmage.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout here on WNWS.com and News Talk 101.5.
Leave the termites dead. Make sure the ants won't spread. Have no fear, we got your back.
You're the best, Mac.
Mac, the bug stops here.
Whether it be bugs, termites, or moisture issues, Mac Pest Control has you covered. Russ McKelvey with Mac Pest Control, servicing Jackson, Memphis, and Greater West Tennessee. Have you been experiencing issues with mold, fungus, or moisture in your crawl space? Give us a shout at MacPestControl.com and we'll line you up for a free inspection.
Back here at Eagle Stadium on News Talk 101.5. We timed that one perfectly. Chester County hustling now out to the field. And it looks like they're going to send Crabtree far to the right. Otherwise, they've got a slot, but a tight formation. Good picking of the hole. He was patient waiting, was Ellis Patterson, and he's going to get his first down and more.
Ellis Patterson's running hard, Coach, and right now the Eagles from Chester County have control of the line of scrimmage. I don't think it's going to be for long right now. I think you're going to see our linemen make a adjustment here. And C.J. Carrier, I think he's going to be the one right now to make a difference.
And we'll pick up as many numbers as we can. These are the hard-to-read numbers. They got one more year with these jerseys. Okay, again, slot right, wing back left. The tight end is to the left. 3 down linemen. That outside linebacker's got to get across, and we got to get some penetration. It's a pass play all the way. Looking, throwing, and incomplete, intended for number 5, Samuel Hannes. And what do we have, Boyd and Hearn on the coverage?
Yeah, Boyd and Hearn on the coverage, and it was a really good pass. It was just dropped. I mean, you can't say anything else. Hit him right in the worst spot it could hit him, in his hands.
0 for 1 passing tonight because we flushed him out of the pocket. Coming in new for us, and we're going to try to keep fresh linemen out there. Greg Thaxton, a 10th grade offensive and defensive lineman, in this case defense. 2nd and 10, ball on the Jackson Christian 46. This time slot left, a wide out right with a tight end, 1 back in the backfield. And this time it's just going to be straight ahead quarterback. It wasn't even a draw, and he's got good yards. He could go, but there was a good tackle that stopped him at about the 29-yard line. I know Trip Hearn was one of them, but there was another gentleman that hit him too.
Well, Tony Washington, I'm going to tell you right now, he just showed it right there. He put the little stutter step on. And when he hit that hole and saw his opening, he had a burst of speed that just sprung him into the open. It was a great job by our defensive backfield to make that tackle, but he had a whole lot up the middle there, Coach.
It really did. We got no penetration. I see Cisco coming in to match up with the tall man, Danielle Brooks. Over on the far side is the matchup there. They're going to pull on the read option, and this is Tony Washington again. He breaks 1 tackle. Of course, they're kicking us off the line of scrimmage right now pretty good, Dave.
They are, and we're doing our jobs, but the thing that's happened right now, Coach, for Chester County is that Ellis Patterson is running the ball well. So now you have to respect him, and oh my goodness, what do? You've got Washington. Coach, I think that's going to be the last play of the quarter, you think?
Will they hustle and try to get one more off? It looks like they're going to get there.
There's no reason to.
Slot left, and I see Hannes going to the right. The give, and that time he read him. Breaking tackles, headed towards the end zone, and he's going to get there from 18 yards. That is Ellis Patterson.
Well, that option read right there was run perfect, and he just took it all the way in, and he kept using his blocks. And on the last play of the first quarter, Chester County Eagles get on the board in a very, very, very impressive drive.
It really was. We'll check the field goal kicker should be our extra point man, Josh Karkendall. Snap, ball is down, kick is up. And they say the kick is good, so it's 19-7. Jackson Christian still leads. We'll take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
Hello?
Big Steve, what you doing?
I'm freaking out, Dano. That's what I'm doing. I'm freaking out.
All right, calm down, Big Steve. Keep your head. What's wrong?
I sold my house, dude, in 7 days.
You sold it?
Well, Kimberly Evans sold it, but, hey, I need you to come over and help me pack.
Help you pack? I got a better idea. Call Kimberly back and have her find you a new house.
Call Kimberly now at 731-668-1777 or 731-697-8558. That's 731-697-8558 or visit KimberlyEvans.com.
August the 27th is a day that will live in history. All day long, you can get Sonic's amazing pretzel for just $1. All day at all 6 Jackson Sonic locations. And for the month of August and September, try our rich and creamy s'mores milkshake. Don't forget about happy hour at Sonic from 2 to 4 p.m. when drinks and slushes are 50% off. And hey, looking for a job? Sonic is hiring at all 6 Jackson locations. Apply online at snagajob.com and select Jackson TN for the area.
And back where Jackson Christian still leads 19-7, but an impressive drive by Chester County. And we're in Chester County at their Eagles Stadium.
Coach, for everybody watching on television, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. Chester County is not kicking from the wrong side. That play ended the first quarter. We're going to start the second quarter, so they change sides now. Chester County will have the wind at their backs for the second quarter.
You're right. 12 minutes right on the clock, second quarter. Back deep, we see Malik Booz. Let's see if Cam Boyd's back there with him. It's coming down. And across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 40, the 30. Don't block behind him. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Daniel Brooks and Jackson Christian.
Yeah, I tell you what right now, and look, that's what we're going to have to deal with this right now. And I'm just watching behind the play right now. And Mr. Tinsley, there's no reason to stand at the 50-yard line and look over at Chester County on that long run. That right there, Coach, will get you eventually with an official, but a great, great, great return right there. He hit a hole and was gone.
And you're right, Dave. Let's see if we kick the extra point or if we're going to go for 2. See Cisco still in there. And we're going for 2, and here comes the Chester County defense hustling back out there. 25-7, Jackson Christian with the lead. This is a good place for jump ball with Tinsley. Now they'll bring over a young man that's got a little more size than the other cornerback, but still shorter than Peyton Tinsley. Slot with Brooks and Cisco. Smith in the backfield. They're going to send Tinsley in motion. It's the jet sweep pass, we'll call it. Will Tinsley make the goal line? He did. Extra point. 21-7, and that makes up for it. Tinsley on the run.
Yeah, I tell you, and I'm not just really, dogging Tinsley on that last play because he made 2 really good blocks and one that he didn't make that would have been in the back. But at that point at the 50-yard line, he watched his man go in, and he wanted to make sure Chester County knew that he went in, and I think everybody in the stadium knew that he went in.
And what we're trying to do is Dave told you exactly a while ago, we're trying to help the young men, and I know they can't hear us, but you don't want to make the men in the striped shirts unhappy. Let's see if we can get a 30-second timeout in on 101.5.
Need a haircut on a Monday, but no salons open? We've all been there with hairdressers not open on Mondays. Not anymore. House of Hair opens Monday and every Monday. Walk-ins welcome, appointments to suit your schedule. And right now, House of Hair is looking to hire 3 hairdressers and a nail technician. House of Hair, a full-service hair salon. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 16A Conrad Drive, Jackson. 731-240-1660.
Jackson Christian leads 21-7 here early in the second quarter. For Chester County, back deep, Tyrekus Anderson. Great kickoff return. Brooks threw it into that extra gears. He got a fifth gear in that car he's driving.
He does. He's got a fifth gear, maybe a sixth gear, and what an important return at a valuable time in a game where Chester County had just put a very impressive drive together to get a little bit more momentum, a little bit of pep in their step, and immediately the door was slammed by Brooks, who took it the distance.
Dave, you always want to answer, but we answered rather quickly.
You're right.
Not sure with this hurricane wind whether, well, it's changed directions again. Let's see what Alden Holland does with this one. Onside, we've got it. It went to 10 yards. That looked like, is that? Yes, it is. It is my man Campbell Scott, the 11th grader, with the recovery.
What a fantastic call by Coach Palmer. I'm telling you right now, that caught Chester County so off guard. They were nowhere near expecting it. And I'm telling you, they're standing there right now stunned.
Dave, a score here would be big.
Oh, this would just about this would take the wind out of them because, you just had a return for a touchdown of over 80 yards, and then you come back and onside kick them. And, we recovered that ball. There was not anybody within 3 or 4 yards because they had turned to go back to protect the runner and to start the return. Oh, man, what a fantastic execution of a great call.
Big shout out to Jerry Stanfield. I know he's watching and listening. We'll tell you more about Sonic in just a moment. In motion, Booz. There's the flip pass. Booz, can he cut the corner? He did. Up the field, across to the 25, the 30, or actually across that. Did he get in? Yes, give him 6. 46 yards around right in for Malik Booz.
Yeah, this is like a nightmare that's getting worse right now. There's nothing that they can do to stop them. Everything is working. Every call is working. They're blocking beautifully. The offensive line has got control of the line of scrimmage when we're on offense, and you just got to hand it to the Jackson Christian coaching staff. What a wonderful called ball game.
And they're going to go for 2 again, Dave, and could be a wise decision. It's 33. And, this is an improved Chester County squad. They gave Fayette Ware all they wanted last week.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on that Fayette Ware team.
In motion, they're going to keep it with Aaron Smith. He heads up, and the big man rumbles. Now, as a quarterback, he's pretty good size. He rumbled through there. So Smith with the 2-point conversion and 2 more yards. 35-7, let's take a 1-minute timeout. A 1-minute timeout on News Talk 101.5.
I can save you mega bucks if you come in right now. What that really means is I jacked the price way up so I can discount it to make you think you got a deal.
Let's skip all that. Hey, my name is Sarah Beth Langley, and if you actually want to save some money, come visit my family at Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. We are a small dealership with low overhead. We save, so you save. At Jean Langley Ford, we care about our customers. We don't want to push or trick you. We just want to earn your business, and we don't mind proving it with our low prices and excellent service. So yeah, you can be fooled into thinking you got a deal at that big, mega, huge sale, or you can skip the scam and come to Jean Langley Ford. Let my family show you Southern hospitality at its best. Kick back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy checking out our lot. We'll give you top dollar for your trade and put you in the vehicle that you want to be in for truly the lowest price around. You really should try Jean Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built.
Coming back where Jackson Christian leads. Folks, you didn't miss anything but a very nice kickoff into a stiff wind by Alden Holland. It made the end zone, and Chester County's got 80 yards to go for a touchdown, Dave.
Well, there ain't but one word to explain that kick. He absolutely smashed it into a probably 15-mile-an-hour wind, and it had no trouble finding the end zone.
Yeah, don't forget about Sonic. They have happy hour. S'mores are going to be the shake of the month in September. Here come the Eagles, 1st and 10 on their 20. Oh, that's when I say Eagles, it's Chester County Eagles again. Ellis Patterson, good runner. The man that slowed him up the most was his own blocker.
Right now, what's going to have to happen with the Chester County Eagles, they got to stay in their offense right here. And their offense is obviously that option read. They can throw it a couple of times, but don't panic right now. There's 11 minutes left in the half. And if you get away from your offense and start pressing now, this thing's going to get over in a hurry.
Elijah Wiley was one of the men on the tackle. Again, we've got the hard-to-read numbers for us where we are in the press box. See Cisco matching up against the tall receiver over here. They've got two big ones. Flushing Washington out of the pocket. He's going to shoot the ball down the field to an uncovered. He will go 68 yards for a touchdown. Samuel Hannes, 68 yards.
Well, without replay right now, I don't know who blew their assignment, but somebody did blow their assignment, because I'll promise you this. If you are listening on radio, you can just imagine that this receiver caught the ball, and there was nobody within 20 yards of him, and he had just eased down the sideline off the scramble of Washington to take it all the way, and the Eagles from Chester County answer. And now they kick the extra point, and did it go through? Yes, it did. It went through, Coach. So now the Eagles of Chester County answer.
35-14 your score. Let's take a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
If your insurance policy is coming up for renewal, don't just send in a check. Do yourself a favor and contact Shanna Tabor at Farmers Insurance. Shanna helps customers like you identify the coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about your insurance. Shanna has the tools and knowledge to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, life, or business insurance.
And I may save you hundreds of dollars. Hello, this is Shanna Tabor, your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by my office on University Parkway next to the post office for a free quote, or find me at stabor@farmersagent.com.
McDonald's helps bring you these broadcasts. From the start, we've committed to doing the right thing. Stop by your McDonald's today. Several locations in Jackson. Of course, King Jewelers, fine jewelry, friendly staff, custom designs, quality repair. See Grover King at King Jewelers, Jackson State Community College. JSCC, welcoming learners of all ages, even my age at age 69, offering career-ready degrees in Old Country Auto. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto on the corner of Airways and Bypass, a proud supporter of high school football. Now, we need to answer back, Dave, but do we need to take it to the house? If we can, we will.
Well, I'll take it anyway. But, Coach, if I told you with 10 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second quarter that there would be 49 points on the board, I believe that would have been better than 20-1 odds. What do you think?
I think so, too. These are an interesting situation. Okay, Brooks is back. Booze is back. Brooks has got it again. The wall forms. Now they stay in their lanes a little better, but the little man has broken one. Only one man, really. 34 may have gotten him if he'd gotten past that, but Nick Shannon made a saving tackle, because I think Brooks would have put the hula move on.
I absolutely believe he would. I think Brooks was gone to the house, and you're right, Nick Shannon, the 10th grader at 165.59, made a saving tackle that would have really put this game into orbit and probably blown a fuse on the scoreboard.
And that was the kicker, was the last man to beat, and he's not listed as playing any positions, so he may be a full-time kicker. And
you know what that means. They don't get much tackling drills.
Yeah, and there have been times when Daniel A. Brooks has stopped on a dime and left 9 cents change.
You know, now they call that breaking ankles. Used to there was an athlete thing that we wore that would be laying on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Now, this looks like Trip Hearn to the bottom of your screen to the left, and now the referee stop action. Jackson Christian's going to call a timeout. Jackson Christian takes a timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5.
If your insurance policy is coming up for renewal, don't just send in a check. Do yourself a favor and contact Shanna Tabor at Farmers Insurance. Shanna helps customers like you identify the coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about your insurance. Shanna has the tools and knowledge to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, life, or business insurance.
And I may save you hundreds of dollars. Hello, this is Shanna Tabor, your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by my office on University Parkway next to the post office for a free quote, or find me at stabor@farmersagent.com.
Jackson Christian School football here on News Talk 101.5 WNWS.com. I want to give a big shout out to Stephen Hamilton, head groundskeeper for one of the great complexes out there. He is listening in Arizona, he and his family, and to his sons and his wife. They're out there. His sons are great soccer players. Stephen played here on the Jackson Christian team. He has worked an all-star game as a groundskeeper. I'm talking Major League All-Star.
Major League All-Star. I'm going to tell you, when you get that, that means you are the all-star of groundskeepers.
That's right. And Stephen produces great fields, just like Jackson Christian produces great scholars and athletes. Cisco in motion. they run the dive up off of the fake action and going straight up the middle for about 7, maybe 8. If they give Cam Boyd a really good spot, a right-footed spot, he might get 9 out of it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right there, you got to hand it to the offensive line. Will Stanfill and number 55, Tim Craig, were just absolutely fantastic at pushing that defense 5 yards off the ball before he even met anybody that wearing a blue jersey.
15 yards for Cam Boyd. And, of course, the Mainers boys in there doing a great job. They've really not let Aaron Smith get hit back there in that backfield.
Hey, not close to him.
Here we go with slot left, motion to the left. That's Tinsley. And this is Smith. He's just going right up the middle. He'll get the first down and more. He gets across the 50 into Chester County territory.
You know, once again, a great read right there, and we take it straight up the middle, and our offensive line is doing the job. They are totally controlling the Chester County defensive line, who probably outweighs them. I mean, it's not just overwhelming, but as far as straight across the line, that's some pretty big boys to move around wearing blue.
Yeah. Edgston matched up with Brooks. That's a good matchup right there. These two young men are good athletes. Got Cisco in the slot. The option play to Boyd. Boyd's across the 50, the 45, dances, gets across the 40. Gets close and is tackled down, brought down by number 17, Ryan Bailey. But a great pickup from the 49. And let's see where they spot it, Dave. What's that, about the 36?
Yeah, that's going to be at the 36. And, Coach, that was a wonderful, wonderful stop and move right there. Just stop, let the defensive man run by, and continue on your way, young man.
You'd say with 4 carries for 28 yards, that would probably be the leading ball carry at this point. 4 carries for 104 yards for Aaron Smith. Slot right. Here's actually Tinsley in motion. The flip pass. Tinsley's got to cut it up, though, because we did not get one-man block. He broke a tackle, and then, bless her heart, trying to do the right thing, he and his blocker bumped into each other.
You know, if that doesn't happen, he is on the sidelines, and he definitely has a first down and not more. But, you know, right now, we're pretty much doing what we want. And the play calling right now has got Chester County totally off guard. And we're executing just with precision right now.
Chester County has been substituting pretty freely on defense. Now, Brooks goes to the right, meaning they'll run trips, and they are unbalanced to the right. Running back to the left of Smith, quick out to Brooks. Let's see if he can get yards. This time he's going to run into a wall of tacklers. And that's the short side of the field, Dave. A little harder to run it over there.
Yeah, it is. And that play is designed right there to hopefully that the defensive backs follow the receivers and they can kick out and leave Brooks one-on-one. But they were not able to get contact on their defenders, and there was 3 of them waiting there. Said, Mr. Brooks, I think you need to stop right here.
And we'll give him a long 2 then. 63 yards passing for Aaron Smith. Right now, unofficially, he's 7 for 8. The only one is they dropped one of those scoop passes, or, you know, the jet sweep pass, whatever you want to call it. Here's motion to the left side where the slot is. They fake. Smith goes up the middle again, breaks a tackle, spins, carrying that ball, though, a little loosely. And now everybody on the Chester County team has decided to introduce themselves.
Yeah, well, you know, he stuck that ball out to try to get the extra yards. And, Coach, you know, when you do that, I'm going to say 1 out of every 3 times, maybe 4, somebody's going to get a hand on it when you're in a pile like that, and it's going to end up on the ground. So tuck that ball away, young man.
First man lock up, second man tear the football.
That's it. That's what you do. Hold them up, tear them up.
6:53. Jackson Christian with the lead, 35-14. It's 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line of Chester County. A sustained drive this time after a nice kickoff return by Brooks on this one. Trips left. Boyd in the backfield. Sprinting left. Smith cranks the javelin up, throws it just a little long and outside of the intended wide receiver.
You know, Coach, that's where the wind comes into play. He was rolling to his left side, and as a right-handed quarterback, that's probably the toughest throw. He did get his shoulders turned, and he threw a pretty good pass, but he had to put a little bit more on it to get it through the wind and missed him by about a yard.
Yeah, and because Chester County was, if you watch your film, was inching ever closer, and the defensive back now, that's loosened them up, brings up a 2nd and 10 on the Chester County 23. Jackson Christian 23 yards from pay dirt. They're going to run into the short side with a slot, wide single coverage, but they're going to run the motion man into that short side. There's the flip pass. He cuts it up inside those 2 blocks. Still going. Turning those legs is Peyton Tinsley. And he hasn't got the first down, but he'll be pretty close, Dave.
Yeah, I think he's going to be about a yard short, but I like that. You run Tinsley to the short side as your power because he can run over people, and then you turn around with Boyd and Brooks and run the same play to the wide side, and their speed will outrun them.
It's going to bring up a big 3rd down, and it looks like, 3rd and 2, right at 2. So Tinsley got 8 on that one, 71 yards passing for Smith. Remember, those count as passes anytime you see it flipped up like that. I see Brooks and Cisco to the right. Tinsley's got one-on-one coverage unless they send a safety over to get him.
And we're going to get a timeout by Jackson Christian. This is a very important play. They're going to think about this.
They are. And while they think about it, we're going to let you hear from some good people. Let's take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
And we are back, 3rd down and 2. Ball is on the 15-yard line of Chester County. 4-down territory for Jackson Christian. Several people having a big night. Last week, Tacker Nash had a big night. 13 tackles, 3 for loss. The defense hadn't got to be on the field that long.
No, they haven't, because Winchester County, except for the good long drive that they had, but really wasn't a ton of plays, the defense is getting a pretty good rest.
Slot left. They fake it. They give. It's a 1st down. Cam Boyd looked like a machine. There was a running back for the Rams years ago named Dick Bass. It was about 5'10", and he ran like the pendulum on a clock.
He does, and people wonder how the little man can get in there like that. I'm telling you, he gets lost in there, and the defense can't pick him up. And if the offensive line does what they're supposed to do, he can find the hole and just squeeze through. And that was a big 1st down. We still get a 1st down here, Coach. We're just outside the 10. So we've got a chance to get a 1st down without scoring.
Very good run on that one. Here's the man in motion to the left of the formation. And it's handed off or flipped up in the air. And this running with football looks like Tinsley. Man, he could smell goal line, stretched it out. He got the ball to the 2, but his knees may have hit before the ball got there.
Well, he started to make his cut and was going to cut it up into the end zone, and his foot got a little bit slippery down through there on his plant foot, so he lost his balance, but he made a good job of falling forward and getting the ball in close. Coach, I think right now you could possibly see Aaron Smith on a quarterback draw.
Yeah, just try to take it up the middle. 4:45 in the second quarter play. Jackson Christian leading 35-14. And they send the wide out a little wider to the right.
That's
Notice
a pistol.
that. Yep. Here we go. The high snap, we get it come down in the pistol formation. That looked like Cisco. And they pull back on him a little bit, about 6 inches short?
Yeah,
Dave?
about 6 inches short. Last week we went into that formation where we sent Aaron Smith out to the side and we turned the ball over right there. This time the snap was better. We got it down to the 1-yard line, Coach. We've got to punch this one in right here.
Okay, we are close enough. If we sneeze and cough real hard, we'll fall forward. Let's see what we got. I see Cisco. He's a tough bird. He's already had a touchdown pass call. That's Will Cisco, the senior. See a blocking back up in there. Cisco's going to plunge the line. Did he break the plane? The referee says yes. Give Jackson Christian and Will Cisco 6.
Go right back to the pistol, Coach.
That's
we did right back. Just put a different man back there and said, look, we're going to snap it right to him, come right over the center, and just put your head down and go.
I'm going to put you on my staff. You're the new offensive coordinator when I get my next head coaching job.
I'll do it.
4 minutes. 4 minutes and a touchdown here in the second quarter. Jackson Christian, that was Cisco. And the extra point this time, Alden, we were late getting there, but we'll get it off. Snap, it's down, the kick is up, and it's good. They waited a little long. Maybe I'm too quick to make the call, Dave, but it is 42-14 Jackson Christian. Let's take a 1 minute timeout.
Gee, Dad, I'm excited that you're taking me shopping for my first car. Where are we going?
To the same place your granddad took me for my first car, Old Country Auto. But now it's Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto. They still have the same laid-back atmosphere and friendly staff to help you, and a wider variety of vehicles and more to choose from. Well, here we are.
Wow, is that a car or a truck?
That is a 1985 El Camino.
That's a cool car over there.
That is a 1969 Camaro SS Pace Car convertible. Here's what you've been looking at online. There's all the sedans.
And look at all those SUVs.
Now let's drive a couple of these SUVs and a couple of these sedans, and we'll take it from there. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto carries a wide variety of inventory, from SUVs, trucks, sedans, passenger vans, and classic cars. Go to oldcountryauto.com and shop for your next vehicle, or just come by and see us at Airways and the Bypass, Jackson, Tennessee.
End over end kick comes down to Anderson. He runs up the middle across the 30, broke a tackle, the 35, gets across the 40, and a nice return for Tyrekus Anderson. And Dave, I could not see the numbers who tackled him.
No, I didn't either. It was a pile, but it was a good job to get him down, because if he takes 2 more steps, we're kicking an extra point going the other way. I'm telling you right now, there is more athletic ability on this field right now. There are just absolutely some very fast people, some very, very talented people on this field. Great coaching staffs that are doing a good job.
Walker Ray in at safety right now. Boyd back in as the wideout. He's got the tall receiver. Slot right, single receiver to the left. It's straight pass by Tony Washington. Throws a bullet across the middle. It's caught. Tackle is broke, and Tacker Nash had not been in the general area. That could have been worse than it was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, Landon Crabtree, and you know what they say, tight end is always open. They list him as a wide receiver. He's a big 175, 6'3". The senior, Landon Crabtree, takes it across the middle into in Jackson Christian territory. That's a good passing catch right there.
Yeah, I see Hearn out there and Chance King in with a little slight limp there that I'm going to keep an eye on. Same formation. A circle route by Ellis. They flush him out. He's looking. He wants to throw it short. He gets it there, and that is Ellis Patterson, and that young man is very dangerous. He's dragging tacklers down to about the 10-yard line of Jackson Christian and may have gotten inside of the 10.
Yeah, Ellis Patterson did a good job, and he caught a good pass and made a good move on Tacker Nash. It looked like he had him, but he was put an athletic move, and you can't blame him. That's a good athlete, and now they've got something going here for the Eagles of Chester County.
They bring Williamson, the wingback, who is also the other tailback, in wearing number 22. And you need to hold them and make them kick a field goal at the worst. They'll go with a wing right, split end right. That's the tall man again, Mr. Barham. They give and pull. I thought they were giving, but they pull. It is Washington. I see a flag. Now, the flag could be the great crippler of a drive.
Yeah, it can, and that was thrown by the referee, Ray Washington, and he saw a hold that's going to happen against Chester County, and we don't get a number on that, but he was pretty precise where he threw that flag, so we're going to get a break right there and put them behind the stakes as they try to get into the goal line.
Only 20 yards in penalties by Chester County. Jackson Christian with 25 yards.
And Chester County has committed penalties at the wrong time that's pushed them way back behind the sticks. This one taking them out of a goal to go, and first and goal from the 20-yard line is not where you want to be, but they're going to have to deal with it now.
See the speed demon, Tyrekus Anderson, in, and, of course, Langdon Crabtree, single receiver to the left, working against the back. Washington holds it. He wants to run. He makes a man miss him, but somebody come falling in there, and I call it that. That's where you come when you're not seen, and made a great tackle.
Coach, that was Trip Hearn that got in there and made him jump to the inside, and the linebackers took care of him.
Was that Everett Wells that got there that time?
It was Everett Wells, but a good job right there by the defensive line of Jackson Christian to stay in their lanes and not give him an opportunity to bust that into a long one.
Greg Thaxton back in for Elijah Wiley on a big 2nd and 21. Let's see what happens on this one. Pass all the way across the middle and just threw it there. He looked like a hair behind him, and we're trailing those receivers across the field.
Yeah, and that was just a little bit behind. He tried to get the ball into to Samuel Hannes and threw a little behind him, but they had the lead right there. But what I like that I saw, Coach, is the defensive line got a little pressure right there and made him get rid of it, I think, a little bit before he wanted to.
And David is actually 3rd and goal from the 21. They cannot get a first down.
No, they cannot. They've got to push this in. So we got toes on the 5 and on the goal line, Coach.
3 receivers to the right. One of them's a tight end. 121 left in the quarter. Here's Washington looking, cranks the javelin up in the back of the end zone. I saw a push off to get the catch. Number 7. Let's see if they call it. It should be an offensive pass interference. 7 cleared out.
It looked like he cleared out and extended his arms, and we're going to find out whether they're going to call this on defense or offense. And they're going to call this on defense. They're going to say the defensive man was the one that initiated the contact that caused him to push off. I think they could have gone either way, but it sure did look like he extended his arms. But good pass and catch right there by the Chester County Eagles for a touchdown.
One of my biggest things is, and I will criticize the officials when that was a clear out. I'm a basketball coach. I know a clear out when I see a clear out. The extra point is good. It is 42-21 with 1:12 to go in the second quarter play. Let's take a 30-second timeout.
Hi, I'm Grover King, owner and jeweler of King Jewelers. I opened King Jewelers 22 years ago and made it my mission to provide you with quality jewelry at an affordable price. With over 35 years experience as a jeweler, you can feel safe knowing your jewelry is in good hands. Whether you just need a ring sized or want to create a custom engagement ring, King Jewelers will help. My employees are knowledgeable and we put customer service first. No job is too small and every person that walks through our door is important to us. Come to see us at King Jewelers today. 16 Conrad Drive, 664-8188. Shop us online at kingjewelersjackson.com.
Back ready for kickoff. What an exciting play. I still think it was a clear out. And like I said, being a basketball coach, I know a clear out when I see a clear out. I think
you've seen a couple of clear outs, Coach. He did extend right there, but, the bottom line is a good job by the Chester County Eagles.
They did do a good job on
that.
Nice end-over-end kick coming down to Danier Brooks right at the 5. He heads up the field now across to the right, finds a seam in the middle. He bends it back to the left, the 30, the 35, the 40. He's going to be hemmed in on the sideline, I thought. Gets away from one man, but number 8 slung him down. That was a nice hard tackle by Morgan Quarles. You don't throw the penalty on that, but he had a little muscle on that tackle.
He did, and I think that was a frustration tackle as much as anything because they just cannot stop the kickoff returns from Jackson Christian. I'm going to tell you right now, Coach, at halftime, I'm telling my kicking team, we're going to kick the ball just right. We're going to squib it right down the middle and hope that they get it at the 40 or the 35-yard line. I mean, I'd kick it out of bounds and let them have it.
Either that or I get it on one of the hash marks and kick it cross-field and away from Brooks, whichever side he sets up on.
But you can't let Brooks have that
Good
ball
return
again.
by Danier Brooks, I believe, about 54 yards.
Woo. How many return yards do you think he's got now?
I wished I could keep that. I was going to use a book that I could have kept it in. Only a tight end to the left. That's Jackson Taylor. Smith in the backfield. Trips with your 3 senior wideouts. Here's Booz on the circle route. That's really a lateral then. Booz has got it. He's breaking tackles, getting across the 35 down close to the 30. He's run out of bounds. Game's starting to get a little chippy, Dave.
Yes, it is, and as well as it should be because the athletes on both sides are pretty good, but Jackson Christian is having their way right now. And a big gang tackle by Chester County at the end of that play. But you know what, Coach, I'll take that every time because I'm gaining 15 and they want to gang tackle me in their defensive backfield. Okay, you can have it.
Now, we'll check with Greg Armour and see if he scored it as a run. I thought it from our angle, but Greg's up top and got a better look at it. Trips left, Cisco, Brooks. No, that's Hearn in there. Sprinting left, cranking it up. He's got a receiver. Will Cisco, does he hold it? No. The defensive back stuck a hand in there at the last second. Will took another shot at it. and the ground kind of helped it bounce out a little bit too.
Yeah, it did, and you know, Coach, that's what they're teaching these days. That defensive back was beat, and so the only thing that he could do was just try to close ground, look at the receiver's eyes, and they will tell you when that ball is getting close, and when that happens, just try to stick your hand up in between where his hands are and deflect it.
You're right about that. It'll be 2nd and 10, 39.2 seconds, 26 yards away from pay dirt. Smith with the football. Circle route to the left, but he's going to be hemmed in. He gets away. Houdini couldn't have done it better. Kicks the pass out. Jackson Taylor, the tight end's the safety valve, and he gets – Dave, that got close to the headgear then.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that that was a great job by Smith to keep that play alive, and he got it to Taylor, who did a really good job. And I got to hand it again to the offensive line. What discipline do they have to have right there, Coach? Normally you would have seen somebody downfield and ineligible, but they did what they were supposed to do, stayed where they stayed, and we pick up a first down.
Absolutely, and that was to Jackson Taylor, who can play wing back, running back, tight end. You name it, he can do it. 1st and 10 on the 11, so we can get a first down. Trips left. Let's see what Brooks has got if they run a crossing route of any type. A little man is out of the backfield. Boyd flushed out of the pocket. Smith runs. He's got back to the 10, crosses the 10, and is drug out at about the 6.5-yard line.
Yeah, he got run out at the 6, and, you know, I'm telling you, I don't like when I see a quarterback go down like that. He wasn't horse-collared, but his momentum was stopped. He's a little bit slower getting back to the huddle than normally that I would like to see. But a fantastic job, and we've got 14.9 seconds, Coach, to get this in the end zone.
And that tackle actually helped us stop the clock. As you said, 14.9 seconds. 2nd and 5, we can get a first down. Let's see the personnel. I see Brooks in there. I see Cisco in there. I see Tinsley back in, and now 22. That's Jackson Taylor is actually going to operate, and Jackson Christian should use their last timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds on News Talk 101.5.
Your daughter got her learner's permit, and to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the deliciously cheesy McDouble or the boldly seasoned hot and spicy McChicken with small fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
You're listening to Jackson Christian Football on News Talk 101.5 and on WNWS.com. Don't forget about Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape. They offer professional knowledge, increased property values, and better living space for you and your family. And they are the Bob Villa of landscaping. Also, Mac Pest Control, the bug stop here. We'll give you some more fine sponsors in a minute. 14.9, Dave. Do you go to Tinsley, or is he in there?
Well, I think you do, but you got to make sure that if it does not get in the end zone, you're in the field of play. We don't have a timeout.
That's right. They block inside. Sprinting is Aaron Smith, and he goes. Will he make the goal line? He rolls over the tackler. Touchdown, Aaron Smith. Touchdown, Jackson Christian.
Yeah, that's a great job, Aaron Smith, right there. But I'll tell you, it was really, really, really close. And if he gets called short of the end zone right there, that clock runs out and we get nothing. But Mr. Smith took it upon himself and called his own number to take it all the way in for the touchdown.
48-21, the all-important extra point to be attempted by Alden Holland. Yeah, Smith looks like he's a holder. Can't see his number. He usually is. A little bit of time lapse here. Here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick looks good. I saw the white disappear. They better call it good.
Well, that's the kind of kick I like to see right there. It had a great launch angle up high, and it spun very well to hold it straight. Good job by the kicker.
We'll take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5.
Don't fumble the ball when it's time to choose a body shop. Choose Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's has a lifetime warranty on all repairs and has rental cars on site for your convenience. Free estimates and free local pickup and delivery. If other drivers were off sides and your car suffered a little unnecessary roughness, remember it's a win every time at Mitchell's. For a safe and economical repair, getting you and your car back in the game. Like Mitchell's Body Shop on Facebook. They're giving away tickets to some of your favorite games. Mitchell's Body Shop, 96 Riverport Drive.
Back on Jackson Christian School football where they lead 49-21. Don't forget about House of Hair. House of Hair needs 3 hairdressers and a hair tech. Call 240-1660. Open Monday through Saturday. Mitchell's Body Shop, committed to quality, committed to you, committed to high school sports. And we're ready for the Holland's kickoff. He kicks this one, squibs it on the ground wisely. It gets by one guy, picked up by Pipkin. Hunt Pipkin has it running, and time runs out once the rugby scrum ends. And trying to steal the ball is one of the Jackson Christian guys, but it was blown dead, David, 35. And that ends the first half of play. A couple of quick comments before we take halftime.
Well, I'm going to tell you, last year we said it was a high-scoring affair. This year they have put 60, 70 points on the board. 70 points have been put on this board, Coach. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think that we've seen the end of it. And this Jackson Christian offense just took over just like it did last week, firing on all cylinders. Great, great, great job.
You're right. Before we take that break, tell these people you heard about them on the Jackson Christian School broadcast on 101.5. Toyos Eye Clinic. Jerry Lee Lewis said, "I can't believe how clearly I can see." Dr. Toyos made me where I could play in a concert the very next night. They've got some great LASIK surgery. I'm going to tell you about that a little more later in this broadcast. Gene Langley Ford, the dealership that Service built. You should really try Gene Langley. And don't forget about Victory Honda and Chase Channel. Come on to Victory Honda on the bypass. Ask for GM Chase Channel. He will help you select the Honda of your choice. And, of course, Carlock Nissan. Family owned and operated, 495 Van Drive. Shop online 24/7. Carlock Nissan. Do go see them. And one of the best real estate agents, Kimberly Evans, Coldwell Banker Realty. With Kimberly, you never have a problem of missed opportunities or missed phone calls. She'll answer her phone even at 11 p.m. And she averages 9 days sale on there. Call her at 668-1777 or at KimberlyEvans.com. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have some stats and some commentary on this great ball game. You're listening to News Talk 101.5 WNWS.com.
With 17 years experience, Tim Armstrong and his team at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape are just what you need for weed control and fertilization for turf and landscape beds, as well as pest control and fungus on trees and shrubs. Let them design the perfect landscape for you, as well as irrigation work, hardscape installation, and low-voltage landscape lighting installation. They do it all at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, 234-0823, Tennessee Charter number 5398.
Sakura set the standard in West Tennessee for Japanese sushi rolls and hibachi grill dishes. By popular demand, Sakura added a Chinese menu. For starters, egg drop and hot and sour soup. Entrees include chicken broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, Mongolian beef, and lo mein with your choice of meat. Our Chinese lunch menu starts at just $7.95. Sakura also delivers to your home or business, or you can call ahead for pickup at 664-2878. Sakura's dining area now open and serving at 50% capacity. Sakura on Carriage House Drive.
Hi, I'm Dr. Toyos of Toyos Clinic. Are you ready to enjoy freedom from glasses and contact lenses? We now offer the latest technology, flapless LASIK. With flapless LASIK, the very next day you can swim, work out, wear makeup. Call our LASIK concierge for a free consultation. 800-603-1989, 800-603-1989. Toyos Clinic, flapless LASIK. See better, look better.
Leave the termites dead. Make sure the ants won't spread. Have no fear, we got your back.
You're the best, Mac.
Mac, the bug stops here.
Whether it be bugs, termites, or moisture issues, Mac Pest Control has you covered. Russ McKelvey with Mac Pest Control, servicing Jackson, Memphis, and Greater West Tennessee. Have you been experiencing issues with mold, fungus, or moisture in your crawl space? Give us a shout at MacPestControl.com and we'll line you up for a free inspection.
Hello?
Big Steve, what you doing?
I'm freaking out, Dano. That's what I'm doing. I'm freaking out.
All right, calm down, Big Steve. Keep your head. What's wrong?
I sold my house, dude, in 7 days.
You sold it?
Well, Kimberly Evans sold it, but, hey, I need you to come over and help me pack.
Help you pack? I got a better idea. Call Kimberly back and have her find you a new house.
Call Kimberly now at 731-668-1777 or 731-697-8558. That's 731-697-8558 or visit KimberlyEvans.com.
August the 27th is a day that will live in history. All day long, you can get Sonic's amazing pretzel for just $1. All day at all 6 Jackson Sonic locations. And for the month of August and September, try our rich and creamy s'mores milkshake. Don't forget about happy hour at Sonic from 2 to 4 p.m. when drinks and slushes are 50% off. And hey, looking for a job? Sonic is hiring at all 6 Jackson locations. Apply online at snagajob.com and select Jackson TN for the area.
Back at Jackson Christian School on News Talk 101.5. Actually, we're at Chester County for Jackson Christian School football and WNWS.com. 49-21, Jackson Christian leading Chester County. And very quickly, give you a couple of hot tips from Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto. They've got a 2017 Subaru must-see car, only 48,000 miles. A Mercedes C Classic, 66,000 miles, only $16,988. A Land Rover, a Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. They carry a wide variety of SUVs, trucks, sedans, passenger vans, and classic cars. Go to oldcountryauto.com. See them on the bypass. Proud supporter of high school athletics. And here is what you've been waiting for at halftime. David Wade with the scores.
Man, I'll tell you what, Coach. A lot of football being played tonight because of Laura, who has snuck up into Arkansas right now, and it's dragging its tail a little bit. Memphis is about to really get hit with a good line of thunderstorms, but it looks like we're gonna get through this ball game without it. But it looks like we will be getting some later tonight. But the game's being played tonight right now at the halftime. Lexington 24, Decatur County Riverside, no score. ECS no score against Arlington, who is 15. Obion County 6, Dyer County 14, Westview 41, Gibson County no score, and Halls 13, Humboldt no score. And in the big game of the night at the half, Covington 14, Haywood 13. South Gibson is handling Trinity Christian right now, 30 to no score, and University School of Jackson 14, Union City 3, and that was in the first quarter.
Dave, I have an update on that one. University School's now leading 21-3.
21-3, okay. And the last little bit in our region here is Grace Christian 7, Clarksville Academy 6.
And I want to give a shout out to Moose Henry in Kingsport, Tennessee, listening to us. But Moose, Dobbins Bennett, and Oak Ridge don't play till tomorrow night, I think. And we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, the thoughts of Dave Wade, and hopefully we'll have Greg Armour's stats. You're listening to News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com with Jackson Christian Football.
Need a haircut on a Monday, but no salons open? We've all been there with hairdressers not open on Mondays. Not anymore. House of Hair opens Monday and every Monday. Walk-ins welcome, appointments to suit your schedule. And right now, House of Hair is looking to hire 3 hairdressers and a nail technician. House of Hair, a full-service hair salon. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 16A Conrad Drive, Jackson. 731-240-1660.
I can save you mega bucks if you come in right now. Now! What that really means is I jacked the price way up so I can discount it to make you think you got a deal.
Let's skip all that. Hey, my name is Sarah Beth Langley, and if you actually want to save some money, come visit my family at Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. We are a small dealership with low overhead. We save, so you save. At Jean Langley Ford, we care about our customers. We don't want to push or trick you. We just want to earn your business, and we don't mind proving it with our low prices and excellent service. So yeah, you can be fooled into thinking you got a deal at that big, mega, huge sale, or you can skip the scam and come to Jean Langley Ford. Let my family show you Southern hospitality at its best. Kick back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy checking out our lot. We'll give you top dollar for your trade and put you in the vehicle that you want to be in for truly the lowest price around. You really should try Gene Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built.
Gee, Dad, I'm excited that you're taking me shopping for my first car. Where are we going?
To the same place your granddad took me for my first car, Old Country Auto. But now it's Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto. They still have the same laid-back atmosphere and friendly staff to help you, and a wider variety of vehicles and more to choose from. Well, here we are.
Wow, is that a car or a truck?
That is a 1985 El Camino.
That's a cool car over there.
That is a 1969 Camaro SS Pace Car convertible. Here's what you've been looking at online. There's all the sedans.
And look at all those SUVs.
Now let's drive a couple of these SUVs and a couple of these sedans, and we'll take it from there. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto carries a wide variety of inventory, from SUVs, trucks, sedans, passenger vans, and classic cars. Go to oldcountryauto.com and shop for your next vehicle, or just come by and see us at Airways and the Bypass, Jackson, Tennessee.
Back for Jackson Christian School football here on News Talk 101.5 WNWS.com. The happy news, the halftime score is Jackson Christian 49-21 over Chester County. The unhappy news, and Greg's looking at me, what unhappy news could we got another half to play. Now, the other thing that you wait for on our broadcast, and it is not me, it is Dave Wade and Greg Armour, and here is Greg Armour with the stats.
All right, for Chester County, they passed 6 times for 167 yards. In the rushing department, they rushed 2 times for 11 yards. Number 9, the quarterback, rushed the ball 7 times for 49 yards. Number 24 had 6 for 58. For Jackson Christian, we passed the ball 12 times, completed 9 for 106 yards. Leading receiver, Peyton Tinsley, 4 for 31. Will Cisco, 1 for 29. In the rushing department, we rushed 18 times for 210 yards. Leading rushers, number 11, Aaron Smith, 8 for 124. And Malik Booz, 1 for 46.
Okay, we're 8 for 124. I want to get Aaron's total right. I miscounted on my yardage on that one. How are we doing on first downs, Greg?
First down, Jackson Christian's got 9, and Chester County's got 9.
They've got 9. I was 1 short on theirs. You want to recap the scoring? You can do it. You're the man.
Well,
and you getting it officially. This isn't Joe Holloway's hit and run stats. This is the man, the official man.
In the first quarter, it was a pass from Aaron Smith of 29 yards for a touchdown. Extra point was no good. Still in the first quarter, it was a run by it was a run by Peyton Tinsley of 7 yards. Extra point was good. Still in the first quarter for Jackson Christian, Aaron Smith on a 93-yard run. Extra point was no good. The first quarter for Chester County, number 24, and I don't have.
I believe that's Ellis Patterson's number 24.
Ellis Patterson had an 18-yard run. The kick was good. Second quarter for Jackson Christian, number 1, Danielle Brooks on a catch for. Well, I don't have that one circled, but.
Well, I'm trying to get mine caught up now. You've already called out the touchdown kickoff return, hadn't you?
Yeah, that's what it was. The kickoff return, Danielle Brooks of 90 yards.
That's what I have. Man, that makes me feel better.
And 2-point conversion was a run by Peyton Tinsley. Yep. Still in the second quarter, Malik Booz, 46-yard run. 2-point conversion was a run by Aaron Smith. Still in the second quarter for Jackson Christian, it was a run by Will Cisco of 1 yard. Aiden Holland on the extra point. Second quarter for Jackson Christian, Aaron Smith on a 6-yard run. Alden with the kick. And in the second quarter for Chester County, it was the quarterback I don't have his name down here.
Quarterback's name is Tony Washington, the transfer from Fayette Ware.
Tony Washington, number 5, 68 yards. Extra point was good. And second quarter, still was a pass from Tony Washington to number 7 for 21 yards.
That was Barham.
Barham kick was good.
And then the big touchdown with 3.8 seconds is what I got with Aaron Smith.
3.8 seconds, Aaron Smith of 6 yards, and extra point was good.
That gets us to our score right now of 49-21. Greg, as always, we thank you. Tonight, because we're on the jetpack, it'll be a quick wrap-up, and I'll get the stats, or you can text them to me or something. And call us tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Roundup.
What you mean tomorrow?
Oh, that's
Friday.
not tomorrow. I mean Saturday. God, we got another day. I'm trying to get this week over.
I sure will.
There he is, the one and only Greg Armour. We love him to death. Jackson's greatest statistician right here on Jackson Christian Broadcast. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, the wit and wisdom of one David Wade on News Talk 101.5.
If your insurance policy is coming up for renewal, don't just send in a check. Do yourself a favor and contact Shanna Tabor at Farmers Insurance. Shanna helps customers like you identify the coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about your insurance. Shanna has the tools and knowledge to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, life, or business insurance.
And I may save you hundreds of dollars. Hello, this is Shanna Tabor, your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by my office on University Parkway next to the post office for a free quote, or find me at stabor@farmersagent.com.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
Hi, I'm Grover King, owner and jeweler of King Jewelers. I opened King Jewelers 22 years ago and made it my mission to provide you with quality jewelry at an affordable price. With over 35 years experience as a jeweler, you can feel safe knowing your jewelry is in good hands. Whether you just need a ring sized or want to create a custom engagement ring, King Jewelers will help. My employees are knowledgeable and we put customer service first. No job is too small and every person that walks through our door is important to us. Come to see us at King Jewelers today. 16 Conrad Drive, 664-8188. Shop us online at kingjewelersjackson.com.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the deliciously cheesy McDouble or the boldly seasoned hot and spicy McChicken with small fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
A little over 3 minutes left in halftime. Jackson Christian leading 49-21. Let me tell you about a couple of our sponsors. Of course, you got Mac Pest Control. The bug stops here. House of Hair. House of Hair needs 3 hairdressers and a hair tech. Called 240-1660. Open Monday through Saturday. Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's committed to quality, committed to you, committed to high school sports. Toyo's Clinic, Eye Clinic. Jerry Lee Lewis said, I can't believe how clearly I can see. Dr. Toyo's had me playing in a concert the next night. There's 2 locations, a Nashville and a Memphis clinic. Go by and see them. And before the broadcast, remember, I'm going to tell you about the Dan Reeves discount.
Woo!
You can get that. You tell them you heard it on this broadcast and mention Dan Reeves, and it comes out of Dan's pocket, $360. No, I'm teasing about that.
No, it does. Y'all, everybody just swarm the place.
Get it done. That LASIK surgery is great. You will see better. My wife just had LASIK on both of her eyes, and she can outsee me and my bifocals now. Ooh. We're ready now. We had official stats, and now we got the official color man, but he is the official Dave Wade.
Man, Coach, I thank you very much. You know, what a great job that Jackson Christian is doing in this ball game, and as well as they did last week. They are really, really hitting on all cylinders in that offense, and I've just got hats off to the coaching staff. What a great job of calling I mean, this game has been called to perfection from the onside kick to everything that they're doing because there's a lot of talent on this Chester County team. And right now, Jackson Christian is having their ways, and it all starts with that offensive line. That offensive line has just really, really taken control of this ball game. Nobody has been near quarterback Smith, and I mean, they are controlling it, pushing them back 3-4 yards before they even get their bodies underneath them to try to make a tackle. We're taking advantage of that, Coach, and you know, we just had the defensive coach come by us and go up and I wish we could stop somebody. You know what? I tell you what, there's a lot of talent, and except for the one big long play, your defense has been playing well. But I will take a 49-21 half of football every single time that I line it up, and you know what? There's a 100% chance, not 20-1, but 100% chance I'm going to win those ball games.
I think you are, Dave. Hey, gang, let's all the teams. Hey, people love to drive. Go to Victory Honda, see Chase Channel, ask for him, the GM. Come to Victory Honda on the bypass and let them help you select the Honda of your choice. And please don't forget, if you want to move your house, it says here on average is only 9 days on moving a house. She'll get you top dollar. That's Kimberly Evans, Caldwell Banker Realty. She always answers. If she doesn't answer it immediately, she'll get back to you within an hour. You'll never have the problem of missing opportunities, contracts, crucial dates, and you'll have peace of mind. And you know the biggest problem with realtors is the lack of communication. Call her at 668-1777. KimberlyEvans.com. Now, I promised you I'd tell you about Dr. Toyos' Eye Clinic. Do you want the freedom from glasses and contact lens? I do, and I'm going to get my eyes worked on probably this summer. Dr. Toyos offers the latest technology. It's called flapless LASIK. Flapless LASIK. There's no downtime from sports or life. The next day you can swim, work out, and wear makeup. I don't think I'm going to wear makeup, though, David. The ladies can.
Oh, come on.
And perfect for anyone who plays sports or has a busy life, and that doesn't allow for any time off. Well, that's me with radio. Look better with flapless LASIK. Dr. Toyos clinics are in Memphis and Nashville. Here it is. Tell them you heard about it here and get the Dan Rees $360 discount. And call them at 800-603-1989. I want everybody to get a Dan Reeves discount.
Yes.
Let's bankrupt Dan.
You know, Coach, I tell you what, you know, we need to have the same half as we had. The marching Chester County Eagles had a very nice halftime show, and I'm kind of partial to Jack Mallard and the Jackson Christian, the group, the best, smallest, biggest band in West Tennessee. Let's play football, Coach.
Yeah, I wish they were here. We are going to play football. Alden Holland approaches it with a 5-step approach. He kicks a line drive this time. Will it make the end zone? Yes, it will. And we'll play from the 20, Dave. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, Coach.
Now we need a stop right here.
We do. This is where you take control of this ball game. You take all hope and remove it right now. You've got a big lead. Everything good is gone. You right now, if you hold them, possibly a turnover, but make them punt against this pretty stiff win right now, you can take control of this game and put an end to it.
You really can. Let's see what the defense dials up. Most of the time we're in a 3-4. Sometimes it will be a 4-3. We'll walk one of the outside linebackers up as a stand-up defensive end, some people like to call it. And Taylor and Hearn can come off of the corners. They read option again. This time they give to Ellis Patterson. He's dancing, trying to follow. I like the way the young man follows his blocker, and he is dragging a tackler. And he broke one tackle, and he's going to have a first down and more, about 15 yards on the carry.
You know, I tell you what, Coach, you know, there's no quitting this Chester County team, and they're going to stay in their offense at this point and run what they do. And you know, I mean, I know we've got a chance to take control, but they have a chance to get back in this game. We've really got to watch it. But fantastic tackle right there by Tacker Nash, who just held on for dear life until help got there.
Yeah, he had to come and help on that one. And we're going with a free safety this time, matched up man. Let's see what happens. Here's the keep by Tony Washington. He's got yardage. He's going to get down and be close to a first down. He may have it.
I think they're going to mark him, Coach, right at the 45, which is going to be about a half yard short. But I'll tell you what, he took a pretty good lick right there, and that's what you want to do to an athlete. He's going to get his 6-7 yards sometimes, but you got to make him pay for every single yard and make him feel it.
The big man, Brandon Bennett, holding down the middle of it. He is used to in the old days you called it a nose tackle, a nose guard and all that. Brandon's a big man.
He's a very big man.
He's kind of like Daniel Boone. You know, that song, Daniel Boone's a bit. Oh, there's some holding on Wiley. Call the holding. Crabtree is open at the 30, and no.
Yeah, he got him, Coach. He was beat, and the ball actually hung up in the wind. He didn't have to touch him, but he did exactly the same thing that happened last time. He got to him, put his hand on his hip, and spun him around and caused him not to catch it. But it's only a 15-yard penalty, not a 25-yard reception.
That's the good news, is a 15-yard penalty. But, David, they held Elijah Wiley.
Yeah, I didn't see what was going on at the line of scrimmage, but you obviously did, Coach, because
I'm right on it.
You called it immediately. I was looking at the defensive backs work, and we didn't get the hold call. And I'm telling you right now, that's a break that we've got to have from time to time. But another good job by a defensive back, not letting a touchdown happen.
Folks, you go back and check the film, and you will see that they were trying to squash with a bear hug Elijah Wiley. There's an incomplete pass thrown. I think we got enough push, Dave. We didn't tackle the quarterback, but we got enough push to make him throw quick and off balance into the ground.
Yeah, I tell you right now, he's throwing against this wind, and that ball kind of started nose down. And once that happens, especially against about a 15-mile-an-hour steady wind, and it's gusting a little bit higher, it just dives the ball short into the ground for a second down.
Barham right, Crabtree left. Anderson in the slot. Here's the read option, and this time it's Ellis Patterson. He's running through us like a hot knife through butter. He's going to take it to the house. Ellis Anderson goes 40 yards for the touchdown, or Ellis Patterson, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Ellis Patterson started celebrating at the 5-yard line. Now, we're sitting at the opposite 45, and he reached that ball out and started high-stepping. And if you're watching on television, you got a better angle than I did. But we stripped the ball. The officials say that he crossed the goal line first, but you don't do that.
I've seen it stripped before. Here's the extra point attempt. Looks like it split the uprights. No. Boy, I don't know, Dave.
I don't know. It's hard to see, I guess.
The background and the wind. The extra point is no good. It's 49-27, but that gets them back within striking distance. Jackson Christian will need to answer. And we're going to answer with a timeout of 30 seconds here on News Talk 101.5 and WNWS.com.
Don't fumble the ball when it's time to choose a body shop. Choose Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's has a lifetime warranty on all repairs and has rental cars on site for your convenience. Free estimates and free local pickup and delivery. If other drivers were off sides and your car suffered a little unnecessary roughness, remember it's a win every time at Mitchell's. For a safe and economical repair, getting you and your car back in the game. Like Mitchell's Body Shop on Facebook. They're giving away tickets to some of your favorite games. Mitchell's Body Shop, 96 Riverport Drive.
Sonic of Jackson brings you at all their locations the August 27th $1 pretzel special. In September is S'more Shake is featured. Don't forget, during happy hour, half-price drinks and slushes. They have a morning special on drinks that you need to check out. Tuesday night, and that's night, you have the #1 burger at half price. We're ready for kickoff. See if they kick away from Brooks.
They're bound and determined.
They found him at about the 11. He heads up the middle. Nice return. They got him hemmed in, but he's still getting some yardage across the 35 down to maybe the 36 and a half.
I guess sometimes you're going to be hard-headed and keep kicking to him. And I guess the Chester County coaching staff decided they were going to talk to him. And I'm never going to say that it's right or wrong. But I'm not kicking it to the man that's probably got close to 200 return yards right now. And, there's a couple of players for Chester that are quarantined right now. I know one of them, personal friend of mine, and, to me, you just can't kick it to him.
Tinsley and Cisco to the right of the formations, two out to the left. Brooks got to be one of them. Here's the handoff to Cam Boyd. He's going to get 4, maybe 3.5 tough yards.
Yeah, that's what you want to do right now, and is run a little clock, keep it between the tackles, and let's just push it down the field a little at a time. No reason with that lead right now to try anything that's going to stop that clock.
Unofficially, he has 36 yards on 6 carries. Nice average on that. It's 2nd and 6. Ball on their own 40-yard line. We're in the third quarter at 9:32. Jackson Christian leading. Brooks and Cisco this time to this side. Brooks is on the line of scrimmage. Notice how he put his arm out there. They fumble the football and fall in on it very wisely as Cam Boyd.
You know, and a great job by Cam Boyd on following that ball. The ball kind of hit low on Smith's hands. He still should have probably contained the ball and been able to control it. But Boyd falls on it. And, Coach, you know, right now we've moved into a 3rd and long situation following a score right out of the half by the Eagles of Chester County. And we really, really, really need to stay focused and not let this thing get back into a ball game.
Biggest 3rd and 8 of the night at their own 38 for Jackson Christian. Smith barks the signals, looks. They've got Tinsley. Tinsley's got yardage. The 50 down to the 45 and push back at the 45, probably a little short of it. He's got the first down, Jackson Christian.
You know, a little misdirection. They started out going left, and then he reversed it and came to the right. Tinsley just stood there for a second and let the defensive back take himself out of the play, and then he stood, caught the ball, and had a great block from a lineman that had eased his way over there. Fantastic design play, perfectly executed, good result.
16 yards on the pass play. Taylor, a tight end to the right of the formation, the running back to the left, trips left. Smith gets it. Swing pass, that looks like Malik Booz running the football. He's across the 45, gets down to about the 42, and then took a pretty good lick there by a couple of Chester County tacklers.
You know, I don't know if that looked like that would have been forward right there, but that little play has been run twice. Once we know that it was a backwards pass, and that one right there was probably forward. It's close, and he did a really, really good job. I like 5 yards on first down.
That was Booz on the catch. Cisco and Brooks, and check Brooks out. The arm has a purpose. We'll let David explain that to you. Here's the man in motion, Trip Hearn. They pull some guards. They got Smith running it. Smith's got the first down. He's right at the 35. Looks like he leans forward to the 34. He's got the first down.
Yeah, Coach, what you're talking about is when a wide receiver goes out or even a man in the slot, you will see some of them with a fist pointing forward. That's telling the official that I'm on the line of scrimmage, and then the one that's behind, you will see a fist going backwards or sideways. That's informing the official that I am off the line. And as a good official, if the man is not quite on the line that is saying he is, you scoot him up. If he's on the line and he should not be, you scoot him back.
And that's good preventative officiating David's talking about. 1st and 10 on Chester County 35. There's the handoff. Boyd off left tackle. He's got a hold. He's rumbling down towards the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Jackson Christian and Cam Boyd, 35 yards.
There's nothing you can do about that. Right there was just absolute speed. The offensive linemen, they blew open a hole that Hurricane Laura could have gone through. And, I mean, once he hit the hash mark, he turned on the Super Jets and just ran away from the entire Chester County defense to take it into the corner of the end zone.
And I'll have to keep scores on a different pad now, Dave. I filled up the unofficial scorebook.
Pen running out of ink.
Yep. Aaron Smith. Yeah, I had to bring a backup out. Aaron Smith the hole. Alden Holland on to kick. The kick is up. I'll have to wait for the officials because my neck won't bend that far. And the officials say it's good. Your score, 56 Jackson Christian, 27 Chester County. Let's take a 30-second timeout.
With 17 years experience, Tim Armstrong and his team at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape are just what you need for weed control and fertilization for turf and landscape beds, as well as pest control and fungus on trees and shrubs. Let them design the perfect landscape for you, as well as irrigation work, hardscape installation, and low voltage landscape lighting installation. They do it all at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, 234-0823, Tennessee Charter number 5398.
101.5 and WNWS.com bringing you Jackson Christian School football. 56-27, Jackson Christian leads Chester County. It looks like Tyrekus Anderson, who is very quick, and he can take one. He is the deepest man for Chester County, and it's been a pure offensive battle and a defensive coordinator's nightmare tonight. Here is the kickoff. Holland gets all of this one and more, almost out of the back of the end zone.
That ball landed, 3 yards from hitting that back end line? Man, I'm telling you, he did have the wind with him, but it wouldn't have mattered right there.
Yeah.
He boomed it.
No, Lee Hooper, the offensive coordinator, is enjoying it. Rob Phillips says, give me a stop, boys. The defensive coordinator, Will Reichert, offensive line, Brian Bullard, defensive line, Alan Irvin, running backs and weightlifting. Lewis Gillum also works with the defensive line, and Hunter Allen, linebackers and fullback, statistician Greg, led by one of the finest young men I know, Darby Palmer.
Yes, Darby. And, Coach, the wind is picking up a little bit.
That may be all we get out of that hurricane.
I hope so.
Me too. Here's the snap. Tony Washington looks. He wants to run, but now he pulls up, shoots the ball downfield, and it's complete, and that's Crabtree. And every time they see Crabtree on Cam Boyd, they're going to go to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at Crabtree right there, number 89 for Chester County, and I mean, he's a senior, 6'3", 175, and there's just no question that he's got the size on him. And Coach, I thought he was throwing to the underman, which would have actually been Samuel Harris, but a good passing catch, and I think this over and under right now is going to move to about 110.
Yeah, it is. Barham to the right of the formation, Anderson in tight. Washington, low snap, picks it up, gives to the running back, and they got 22 in there, and instead of the other running back, and that's Williamson with his first carry, I believe, of the night. Yes, it is.
You know, I tell you right here, Coach, now that play, you would have to see it. It was a bad snap. It was an option read, and he had to get the ball off the ground. As he pulled it up, he put it in the running back's belly. At that position right there, that's when a quarterback should pull it back out because he's reading and he's able to do everything that he does. And the defense was trying to get to the bad snap. He probably would have had it, but he gave it to the running back and had no choice.
And we're back with 2nd and 10, ball on the Jackson Christian 37. Long count. Here is Tony White. He's going to take it and run with it. Well, I thought he had a man to beat. And almost picked off and almost caught defending. Let's see who that's number 4. That's Walker Ray, isn't it?
It sure
Walker's
is.
at safety right now.
Walker did a great job. Washington may have made the wrong decision right there, Coach. You saw what I saw.
Yeah, I was ready to tuck it and run it. I get ahead of myself because I coach this game a little bit, and up here you can see things.
Yeah, it opened up a lot of green, but he decided to go across the middle, and I thought right there I thought Ray may have had a chance to intercept that ball, but a great defensive play by Mr. Ray.
Okay, do they go to Crabtree, and they're giving him a lot of cushion, or do you give to Ellis Patterson on the read? No, it's going to be straight pass. Washington looks, he's got plenty of time. Here comes somebody running. Throws back across the field. He's got his receiver, Tyrekus Anderson. He's running east-west. Now he cuts it up and is driven back by a host of tacklers, and Booz is one of them. Boyd was there, and there's a young man sitting on the ground who deserves some credit too. That's
number 23.
That's Elijah Wiley, my man.
Is. That Wiley got in there and got him a little lick. I'm telling you what, he came all the way across the field, and we're going to get a timeout, an official's timeout.
Okay,
they're going to measure.
Oh, they're going to measure because they had again. I hope they didn't wobble the chains a little bit. I hope we get a long chain in. Heat doesn't the metal expand, Dave?
Yeah, get that extra link in there. You know, that's what you need. But we're at the wrong stadium to be getting the extra link, I believe.
I know, but sometimes maybe the trouble is it's cooled off. The wind's been blowing. Mac Pest Control, the bugs stop here. Don't forget about them. Call them, and they'll stop your bugs dead. House of Hair needs 3 hairdresser and hair tech. Call 240-1660, open Monday through Friday. Here's Dave Wade with the call of is it or is it not a first down?
I tell you what, they're fixing to pull them, Coach. It's either fixing to be 4th and short or it's going to be a first.
Do you roll the ball over right here, Dave, to see if it hits the pole?
Well, I'm going to see them pulling it. Oh, it's going to be a first down by the length of the football. Great camera shot right there, Coach. They pulled the chains. We were right in there on it. We could read the laces, the logo on the football. 1 football length short of stopping them. First down for Chester County.
Old Country Auto on the corner Airways and the Bypass, proud supporter of high school athletics. Also, don't forget the Toyota Eye Clinic. Jerry Lee Lewis was back the next night. 1st and 10, threatening. They're on the Jackson Christian 27. They who are threatening are Chester County this time. Slot right. The read option is given to Ellis Patton. He's tough. Somebody's got to grab hold of that young man around the legs and lock up.
Yeah, he has great vision, does Patterson. And I mean, he knew that he didn't have nothing where the play was designed, so he turned it around and cut it back. And just a fantastic play right there by Jackson Taylor, who stayed in his, in his pursuit and did not give up. And when he cut it back, he was there to take him.
2nd and 2. He has 122 yards unofficially. Ellis Patterson. They got the receivers to the left, one to the right. There's the read they just give this time, and that looks like Williamson that's barreling through there.
Yeah, I'm going to promise you, Williamson knew exactly where he wanted to go and put all 225 pounds, 5'11". He just went straight into that hole and was not going anywhere else.
1st and 10, and it is on the 10, so there's no first down. It's actually 1st and goal. Jackson Christian leads 56-27. Clock running at 3:49 and counting. Here's the snap. Washington looks. He's got a man on the look in. It's incomplete.
Yeah, he trying to run a crossing pattern right there to number 5, Hannes. And on the defense right there was number 30. Who is that? I'm trying to look. Is it 35 or 33?
Is our linebacker.
It'd be Everett Wells.
Yeah, if it's 33.
He got a hand on that crossing pattern, Coach, and did a good job to deflect it.
That was intended for Hannes, who had a big catch in the first half. Barham right. See where the speedster Anderson is. He's in the slot. Crabtree to the left. They run the read option and keep it, and a nice tackle. A shoestring tackle by Jackson Taylor. I think the ground caused the fumble.
Yeah, ground caused the fumble. Great job by Jackson Taylor. He had him by the waist and did the perfect thing that you do, and you teach it. He slid down, kept both feet together, and I'll tell you right now, the best way to negate speed is take away the feet.
3rd and goal from the 9. They have the run-pass option available to him. This young man, Tony Washington, a very good passer. He's an even better runner. He's got a slot right. Crabtree, the big man, to the left, but he's got a taller player on him this time. They're going to run, flush him out of the pocket. Now he wants to throw. He's got the back of the end zone, and let me tell you why. We thought he was going to run, and we came up.
Yeah,
touchdown.
He did a great job of moving towards the line of scrimmage, which drew the linebackers up. In Crabtree, he comes down through there and was actually going across. He changed directions, went back to the corner on the scramble, and a good read, and pulled up touchdown.
And I could not see who got the touchdown pass on that one for Chester County.
It was Crabtree.
Was it Crabtree? Okay. Yeah. And that was a 9-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is up. It's good. The score, Jackson Christian 56, Chester County 34. Let's take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5.
Sakura set the standard in West Tennessee for Japanese sushi rolls and hibachi grill dishes. By popular demand, Sakura added a Chinese menu. For starters, egg drop and hot and sour soup. Entrees include chicken broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, Mongolian beef, and lo mein with your choice of meat. Our Chinese lunch menu starts at just $7.95. Sakura also delivers to your home or business, or you can call ahead for pickup at 664-2878. Sakura's dining area now open and serving at 50% capacity. Sakura on Carriage House Drive.
Back on Jackson Christian football on 101.5 and WNWS.com. McDonald's from the start. We have been committed to doing the right thing. Stop by your McDonald's today. King Jewelers. Go to King Jewelers at kingjewelers.com. Friendly staff, custom designs. Jackson State Community College. JSCC welcomes learners of all ages, offering career-ready degrees. And, of course, we'll tell you about some of these other folks. After the kickoff, you hear the whistle blowing. And their kicker, who's done a good job, Josh Cockendall, ready to kick the ball deep. Will it get past? No, it's about the 7. Dancing a little bit, Malik Booz, and you're going to have a hand, I call it a hand jersey tackle. And that's by number 11 for Chester County, Kristen Manus.
Yeah, Kristen Manus did a good job. Booz was waiting to make his move, and just before he made his move, he got tackled. And, Coach, we've got an Eagle that just went down. He's got a cramp. He's not hurt really bad. He was trying to stay involved in the ball game, but now they're going to call the
trainers out.
Trainers out. I think they're going to need to. They're asking not to. Let's see.
Well, that way he can stay in. But
they did. They were talking to the back judge, and they said, please let him stay in. And he said, okay, if you're good to go by the time they reach the field. And that's what happened.
Victory Honda, come to Victory Honda on the bypass and ask for GM Chase Channel. Chase will help you select the Honda of your choice. And, of course, Kimberly Evans, Coldwell Banker Realtor, 668-1777. And here come the Eagles. They have it 1st and 10, their own 19, probably their second worst field position of the night. Here's a handoff. Boyd dancing, juking, making people miss. Across the 30, across the 35. Cam Boyd with the first down and about 16 yards.
Great job, Boyd, of making a little bit out of nothing. The offensive line held him just long enough for him to use his athletic ability to get a first down, and a great job by the smaller running back to juke the bigger tacklers.
Need that long, sustained drive and a score here for Jackson Christian. And we told you about Kimberly Evans. You can call 668-1773 or KimberlyEvans.com. She'll help you move the house. Averages 9 days on moving a house. Eagles, 1st and 10. They're on 36. Quick out with the two-man screen. Here's Tinsley running towards sideline. He's got his first down. He's across the 50. They say he got touched the chalk right short of the 50, but still a great pickup, about 13 yards.
Yeah, they're keeping Chester County off balance right now. Their defense is trying very, very, very hard to keep up with this offense, and the play calling is just superb tonight, Coach. I've got to tell you that right now they are having their way with the play calling.
1st and 10 on their own 49, three-man front for Chester County. They hand off. No, they keep. He fooled me, and this time Crabtree got great penetration. The outside linebacker, stand-up defensive end, whichever one you prefer. He got penetration, and he did not get juked.
No, Coach, they fooled you, they fooled me, but the one thing that didn't happen, they did not fool the boys in the blue jerseys down there for Chester County, because they stood their ground, and when Smith looked up, he had nowhere to go.
You're absolutely right. Boyd back in the backfield with Aaron Smith, Cisco and Brooks to the right, Tinsley to the left. Tinsley in motion. It's the flip pass on the jet sweep. We didn't get, there's a good stiff arm, but now they're going to drive Tinsley back. He got across the 50 to the 49 is where they should mark him.
You know, I tell you what, Coach, when that play happened, it was really, really, really looking like Tinsley wanted to pull up and throw the ball. But once again, let's remember, that is a forward pass.
Yes.
And so you can't throw it forward twice. But what I would mind seeing right now is that Chester County put a little wrinkle in. Jackson Christian put a little wrinkle in, and instead of flipping that ball, hand that ball off where he can throw it.
That would be very good because Tinsley can throw. 2nd and 8 or 3rd. It should be 3rd and 8. Scoreboard's wrong. Down marker man is right. Hats off to him. Slot left. Tinsley to the right. Snap kind of bobbled. They got to go to Tinsley quick. He cuts inside of a nice block by 56 and got his first down across 30, the 25, and knocked out of bounds. And you can see the kids run to the aid of their teammate.
They did, and there's a Chester County kid in there, too, that was pulling him up. He actually was hit into the shrubbery, the hedges that line the field down there. Number 24 for Chester County got in there real quick. That's Ellis Patterson, and tried to get him out. Great sportsmanship right there, but, hey, that was a great job by Smith to get that pass to Tinsley, and a wonderful job of Tinsley making absolutely a diamond out of a piece of coal.
And they have made a shambles of my scorebook, Dave. Everything we give will be unofficial stats.
And I'm sorry
from
that
now
you
on.
do make diamonds out of coal, though, right?
Yes,
I
you
guess
can. Yeah, pressure.
Salzier.
Snap, circle route. Booze, left side, got it. Jukes a man, gets one. Jukes a second man. From behind, he gets tackled. First down, Jackson Christian. Great job by Malik Booze running that football.
That was sweet to watch right there, because when they swung that pass out, it was all Malik. It was a Malik show, and he put on a show. He made a little move to the left, made a little move to the right, a little two-step here, and he takes it down out of bounds at the 10-yard line, Coach. We have a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, 14 first downs for Jackson Christian. And we've got a timeout.
No, we got a player down.
Oh, got a
that's
player
over
down.
by
Well,
the
a player's
sticks.
timeout, yeah. Hopefully the young man is okay. Let me finish telling you about Kimberly Evans. She'll answer the phone even if you call her at 11 p.m. And if not, she'll get back to you within the hour. Now, she'll mow your lawn for free, and you can get her on her website, KimberlyEvans.com, or 668-1777. Don't forget about the Bob Villa of Lawn Care in Jackson. That's reliable lawn care and landscaping. They are licensed, family-owned and family-operated, 736-1515, and a good hand for the young man. And I believe that's the whistle to come back and play, isn't it?
It is, and the injured player was number 8. That was going to be Booze. It looked like he just got a little bit of a cramp, but they're going to say that he went down in the field of play. They're winding the clock, Coach.
Wow.
16 seconds left. I don't think we're going to run one.
We're sauntering to the line. Let's see if we do run one. And I think now Aaron Smith has turned, and, yes, he's telling his guys, we're going to let it run here. That is the end of 3 quarters of play. And your score on 101.5 and WNWS.com at the end of 3 quarters. Jackson Christian 56, Chester County 34. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
Hi, I'm Dr. Toyos of Toyos Clinic. Are you ready to enjoy freedom from glasses and contact lenses? We now offer the latest technology, flapless LASIK. With flapless LASIK, the very next day you can swim, work out, wear makeup. Call our LASIK concierge for a free consultation. 800-603-1989, 800-603-1989. Toyos Clinic, flapless LASIK. See better, look better.
Leave the termites dead. Make sure the ants won't spread. Have no fear, we got your back.
You're the best, Mac.
Mac, the bug stops here.
Whether it be bugs, termites, or moisture issues, Mac Pest Control has you covered. Russ McKelvey with Mac Pest Control, servicing Jackson, Memphis, and Greater West Tennessee. Have you been experiencing issues with mold, fungus, or moisture in your crawl space? Give us a shout at MacPestControl.com and we'll line you up for a free inspection.
Oh, what an offensive ball game here on 101.5, Dave. We've seen it run up and down the field.
Yeah, we have. Coach, quickly, I'm going to hit you with some scores. Lexington 38, Riverside no score. Third, halftime, Greenfield 6, Hollow Rock Brewston no score. And in a final, Dyersburg 35, Brighton no score.
Wow, that one. Not that Bart Stowe doesn't have a good team. That just surprises me.
Ooh, that's a rivalry, too.
First and goal on the 10. They, being Jackson Christian, cannot get a first down. Cisco in motion, but they hand off to the little man, Cam Boyd, trying that left side. We blocked so well, but that time we had 3 people get penetration, and 64 put the hurt on that tackle. That's Riley Bland.
Yeah, he did a good job. The senior at 310 pounds, 6'3". I'm telling you what, O'Reilly, he got a hold of him right there, and he said, not today, not on this one. So we're going to have to do it on second down.
Absolutely. And, of course, I think of Jerry Stanfield. We want to say hey to him. Jerry, get well soon.
Hey, Jerry.
And don't forget about all the specials at Sonic with the s'mores deal coming up on the shakes in September. Half-price night on the #1 burger. Man, oh, man, on Tuesday nights. There's the pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete. It is. Yes, it is. A touchdown. Will Cisco, 10 yards from Aaron Smith. Now, Will is limping a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you, Smith stood his ground in the pocket. The offensive line held him off, gave him time to read it at that point. And, yes, he is going down. It's a cramp. He is sticking it up. I think it's a cramp. He's wanting somebody to help him. Coach, yeah, there's officials timeout right now, and they're going over there. Now, he's got it up. Okay, yeah, they're stretching him out. He grabbed for his knee, but he was really trying to extend that cramp, and you know how that feels.
Well, now that looks like a Chester County man down by the goalpost. Where is Will? Will's
over
by the fence.
Yeah, over by the fence is Will. We got one being stretched out underneath the goalpost for Chester.
This is the kind of game. It's been a lot of action, a lot of running. You think with the wind blowing, but the humidity is so bad. Don't forget about Carlock Nissan, family-owned and operated, 495 Van Drive. Shop online 24/7, Carlock Nissan of Jackson.com. Also, we want to remind you about a couple of other of our great sponsors. Please go by and tell them you heard about them on 101.5 and on the WNWS.com. Don't forget about Mitchell's Body Shop, committed to quality, committed to high school sports. Here's Holland on to attempt the extra point out of Aaron Smith's hole. Snap. It's down. It's up. It looks good. The referees say it is good. It is 63-34. And, Dave, I know people say, man, it's a big score. No, that's an important one to keep that distance. You got to match scores with them.
Yeah, you do. And you know, we thought last year was a high-scoring affair. Man, I'm going to tell you what, they are really, really, really blowing the whistle tonight.
Dave, is it onside kick time?
No, you do that now, and you kind of rubbing it in. I mean, really, with a.
Oh no, Chester County gets it back. I'm asking the wrong question. When Chester County gets it back, if they score, they've got to onside.
Yeah, they
kick
got
now.
to.
They have no choice.
Yeah, you're down by that many right now with only 11 minutes left in the contest, and you've got to. But I'm gonna promise you, Jackson Christian could probably do it right now and get away with it.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
that's why he's the best color man in the business. This is the A-team calling the football game.
South Gibson.
Got Paul Schultze. Johnny's upstairs. Paul, you've never told me Johnny's last name. He's doing a good job today. Johnny Johnson. That's a pro basketball name. Here's the kickoff. Going deep to Tyrekus Anderson, who's a speed merchant at about the 6. He heads to the center of the field. There is a hole there. They're going to have to look and see who got out of the lane. But then all the Jackson Christian School Eagles say, hi, Mr. Anderson, we'd like to meet you right here about the 26 or 27-yard line.
Coach, from the scoreboard, South Gibson, this is the final. South Gibson 37, Trinity Christian, no score. Briarcrest 28, Memphis Houston, or actually Houston Collierville 21. And in a, Dyersburg 35, Brighton, no score. We got that. And in the final score, Grace Christian 7, Clarksville Academy 6.
Wow. Grace Christian, though, were recruiting athletes when I was in Middle Tennessee, hot and heavy, trying to build a program. 1st and 10 on their own 28, Chester County with the football. They got a slot left. Here's Tony Washington. He's going to throw a swing pass out in the left flat, and that is Washington. And I'm going to tell you what, it's not going anywhere.
No.
Williamson. I said Washington. That's Williamson on the catch. My apologies.
And the defense, Coach, I mean, it's done good. I mean, Landon, he was open. Crabtree was open down the field, but there was no way that they were going to get the ball to him. They're going to have to start pushing this ball down the field, and when you do that, you open yourself up to a turnover, and our defense is now playing about, 25 yards off the ball, not giving up the big play.
Absolutely, very wisely, 10-19 and counting, 2nd and 10. They give on the read option. This is Ellis Patterson, and this time I saw Big Bennett stand a couple of people up. There's somebody on the bottom of the pile that deserves a lot of credit, and I didn't get a chance to see who they were.
Well, I know right now that Walker Ray was in on that tackle. The big man stood him up at the line of scrimmage, and I really, really believe, Coach, that it was our nose tackle. That's what we would call him, the big one in the middle, number 79. He is going to take it. Brandon Bennett just stood that play up.
Yeah, and I think I saw Chase Birmingham filter on down in there, give some help too. 3rd and 8 after a gain of 2. Here's Washington, Tony Washington looking. He shoots it deep. He's got a receiver behind, and Brooks makes up for it. Almost tipped into the hands of Samuel Hannes, who's already had a big catch tonight. That would have been something else.
That would have been a play to remember right there, because it was a great, great defensive play that we had, and the ball was batted up because of the defensive being there, and right in stride, Hannes had it hit him in the hands, in the gut, could have taken it in for a score for a fantastic play, but what does it do, Coach? It hits ground.
Falls harmlessly to the ground. Punting situation, 4th and 8 with 9:28. Jackson Christian in the lead. Punch safe. Remember, the outside people must check and make sure he punts the football. Should be Danielle Brooks back. Here comes Hannes on. They were a man short, and I think that was the guy. They're going to have to get a timeout. And if they call a timeout, you know what we're going to do? We're going to let Paul Schultze call a timeout on 101.5. We'll be back after this.
Hello?
Big Steve, what you doing?
I'm freaking out, Dano. That's what I'm doing. I'm freaking out.
All right, calm down, Big Steve. Keep your head. What's wrong?
I sold my house, dude, in 7 days.
You sold it?
Well, Kimberly Evans sold it, but, hey, I need you to come over and help me pack.
Help you back? I got a better idea. Call Kimberly back and have her find you a new house.
Call Kimberly now at 731-668-1777 or 731-697-8558. That's 731-697-8558 or visit KimberlyEvans.com.
A lot of great performances tonight on 101.5. Victory Honda. Come to Victory Honda on the bypass and ask for GM Chase Channel. We'll help you select the Honda of your choice. And, of course, don't forget about the flapless LASIK surgery. Latest technology. Toyo's Eye Clinic. And get the Dan Reeves $360 discount. Dave Wade, it's 4th and 8, punting situation. That time, foot locked, but he still got good distance. It'll bounce. Brooks will stay away from it. No need to return this one. Rolls, a good roll for Chester County, down to about the 26-yard line.
Coach, what just happened right there is with 9 minutes and 15 seconds and a 63-34, there's a dialogue going on right now between coaches, and him punting right there is kind of it is not an absolute I'm sending the white flag out to you, but he is telling the other coach, hey, we're not going to go for this right here. We're going to punt the ball. So they're speaking a language to each other, and I'm sure you're going to see Darby pretty much, I think he's going to react here. I think you'll see a pretty conservative offense. I hope that I see a pretty conservative offense here after that situation right there from the Chester County Eagles.
And we'll see if that is the case, Dave. Looks like Aaron Smith still in at quarterback. They'll send Cisco in motion. One running back in the backfield. Here's the handoff. That's Jackson Taylor. He's strong. He's a linebacker and a running back. He gets good yardage down to about the 34-yard line.
And I like that. Just off tackle, and we're going to go through and do a good job. And, look, you can't stop them from doing that. Now, you're going to run between the tackle, but I'm not sure, but I think I see several substitutions in blue jerseys out there.
Yeah, probably checking out those linemen a little bit. What a job the starting offensive line did.
Oh, man.
Now, I see Charles Sims is still in there. I see 31 in there, which means that Carson Holt is playing tight end probably right now. Brooks and Cisco for sure. Is that Tinsley closest to the quarterback on the line? There's a handoff. Jackson Taylor breaks one tackle. He's got a first down, across the 40 down to the 42. So another 8-yard gain and another Jackson Christian first down, unofficially 15 of those.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, Darby is reacting to what was said to him with that punt by a very conservative, hand the ball off, stay between the tackles offense. And this, they may throw it here in a second, I don't know. But right now there is class being exampled and shown by both coaches, and they know what each other's doing right now. This is what sports are all about.
Will Stanfield and C.J. Carrier still in there, but I look for them to take their honored trip to the sideline. And this is an honor to come out at this point in time. Tinsley in motion. They fake. Aaron Smith keeps it. Handling the ball, running east-west, cuts it upfield. He'll get a short gain, maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, that's a running play, and it's called, and it's just like a little handoff to go. I'm going to tell you right now, with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, I don't know if I want Aaron Smith running the football, Coach.
And, of course, if he doesn't, Walker Ray will come in just like he did last week and play. This is probably his last series.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I'm not even sure you'll see Tinsley, Brooks, and Cisco anymore after this series. Cisco in motion to the wide side of the field. Now he'll set up as a slot. Quick out to one-man screen for Brooks, and he dances. He's going to get close. I believe he's got the first down.
And somebody will say, well, you said he wasn't going to throw it. Well, all that is just a little quick pass out. It's just a handoff to the outside. There's nothing special about that. I mean, if he breaks it, he breaks it. But it's not like he's throwing the ball down the field. That is almost just like a run call.
16 first downs. That was Brooks. Tinsley to the right by himself in the backfield to the right with Smith. Now they bring Cisco this way. Will's getting a workout on that hamstring and quad, isn't he? They're going to hand off. Very conservative running play. Running, it looks like Jackson Taylor. We'll check it out. He's got good yardage across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line.
I like to see Taylor get the ball like that, and you know, he churns himself out right there, just about 6, 7 yards. Does a fantastic job. Offensive line still working hard out there, Coach, and you know, stay the same way. Let this 6:23 run out, and let's get out of here with no injuries, and we'll get ready to go next week.
Will Cisco checking the sideline. Of course, the plays are signaled in from over there. Coach Darby Palmer and his offensive staff do such a great job both ways. Defense rose to the occasion when they had to. Brooks and Cisco in the slot. Tinsley, Jackson Taylor taking straight handoff. We didn't get the middle linebacker blocked, and he came roaring in there. That looked like number 3, Stephen Green, if I got the right number, and it is Stephen Green on the tackle.
Yeah, and he shook up a little bit. He shot the gap from the linebacker position, and he guessed right. He guessed absolutely right, and he came right in and met him. And he's got a little stinger here. I think he either got a hand caught in there or an elbow and arm.
That's a solid Jackson Taylor that you hit. 3rd down and 3. Ball on the 36 of Chester County. 5:23 and counting, Dave. No hurry.
No hurry at all. Let the clock go down.
Here's the handoff. Jackson Taylor tries the left side. He's going to be to the 35, but then push back, and he'll be short. This is one of those where you go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, you do.
To run the clock.
Yeah, and you can possibly throw this ball across the middle if you want to, and, you know, it's going to be up to you to get the first down. I mean, you know, you don't want to do it. And we're going to get a timeout called for another cramp, Coach.
And let's take a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5.
August the 27th is a day that will live in history. All day long, you can get Sonic's amazing pretzel for just $1. All day at all 6 Jackson Sonic locations. And for the month of August and September, try our rich and creamy s'mores milkshake. Don't forget about happy hour at Sonic from 2 to 4 p.m. when drinks and slushes are 50% off. And hey, looking for a job? Sonic is hiring at all 6 Jackson locations. Apply online at snagajob.com and select Jackson TN for the area.
And back, 4:55 to go. Jackson Christian with a commanding 63-34 lead. And no, David Thomas, I do not have a final score. I'll say it on the air. Listen to the broadcast and get it. And Dave Thomas, our fine guy on the website. I'm just teasing him. We like to pick at David. It's going to be hard to pick a player of the game. This may be a team game here, Dave.
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, Coach, if you'll let me call it,
have you got one?
I do. The offensive line.
And you can't be wrong. That's
no,
right.
The offensive line, because of what they have done, that's a great job right there.
There he goes, the master of it. He had, 3 of them he got on FACS last week.
Man, I wish. I want to go to – I'm going to go next time that they work on the hard count to practice, and I'm just going to see what he's doing because he has not failed yet.
Can we nickname him Hard Count Smith?
H.C. Smith.
And I know his parents. They are wonderful people. We're being complimentary when we call him Hard Count Smith.
Absolutely.
He's had another good night tonight. It'll be a quick wrap-up at the end of the game. And there's the flip pass. Tinsley, he's got a blocker. Cisco knocks one out. He turns upfield. He's got his first down. He smells goal line. He dives. Did he get it?
Oh, they're going to mark
him
out. They're going to mark him out just short right there.
Oh, me. A great, give him 29 yards?
29 3/4 because the 1/4 is still left to go. And, man.
1 yard short.
That would have been another touchdown pass. But I'm telling you right now, Coach, I want you to call them out. But that offensive line definitely gets the player of the game.
Yes, they do, and we'll try to get all those young men mentioned again. We've been mentioning some of them throughout the broadcast. Here is Cisco, and he's in the pistol, the Wildcat, whatever you want to call it. Will Cisco, 1 yard, touchdown, Cisco.
We like that pistol, that direct snap. We send a quarterback out, and he lines up wide, and once that happens, You know, we get the direct snap, and he has his choice right there. He reads the defense. Everybody's straight blocking, a little zone blocking, and he goes through.
Should be a running clock the rest of the game, Dave. 69-34, Paul Schultz aptly pointing at that. Let's give credit where credit's due. And when we kick this extra point, we're going to take a 1-minute timeout, Paul.
And Paul Schultz will give you some credit.
Yes, Paul is a good man. Here's the snap. The kick is up.
Oh.
I heard a whistle. Let's see. It's good. 70-34. Let's take that 1-minute timeout on News Talk 101.5.
I can save you mega bucks if you come in right now. Now! What that really means is I jacked the price way up so I can discount it to make you think you got a deal.
Let's skip all that. Hey, my name is Sarah Beth Langley, and if you actually want to save some money, come visit my family at Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. We are a small dealership with low overhead. We save, so you save. At Jean Langley Ford, we care about our customers. We don't want to push or trick you. We just want to earn your business, and we don't mind proving it with our low prices and excellent service. So yeah, you can be fooled into thinking you got a deal at that big, mega, huge sale, or you can skip the scam and come to Jean Langley Ford. Let my family show you Southern hospitality at its best. Kick back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy checking out our lot. We'll give you top dollar for your trade and put you in the vehicle that you want to be in for truly the lowest price around. You really should try Jean Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built.
Ball kick died down at the 2, picked up by Anderson, and now he takes it to the center field, and we'll just say a host of Eagles day.
Yeah, a host of Eagles right there, and I'm going to tell you, Alden Holland on that extra point, I think his foot slipped a little bit, his plant foot, and it bent him back. He was not hit, but it bent him back, and he fell, and he had to limp himself off. He was helped a little bit. It was very, very scary looking, but he was able to get off and get the kickoff. So we know he's healthy, but, man, that was a scary, scary looking situation as wholesale substitutions come in for the Eagles.
Yes, they do. We'll try to give a scoreboard check here in a little bit. Don't forget about Mac Pest Control. The Bogue stops here. Let's see where the football stops. Running the football is a very talented young man, Tony Washington. He's going to have another first down.
Yeah, we got the running clock now, so no matter what, other than a timeout or an injury, this is going to go. And I'm hoping right now with all the cramps, and this game definitely, the outcome decided that nobody gets hurt in this last 2:43, and we can all walk out of here healthy and get ready for next week.
70-34, 1st and 10 for the Chester County Eagles. Got a slot right, the widest one is Barham. Got a single receiver, should be Crabtree. They fake. Washington wants to pass. He's going to throw it out on a sideline break. Almost caught. The receiver, Hannah, slipped down. He almost caught the ball anyway, Dave.
Yeah, he did, and just a little bit. The throw was a little bit behind, and as he turned his body and planted, he got a little slip up right there. You know, I don't know if there's any dew. There's definitely a lot of moisture in the air, but a lot of wind to go with it. And, you know, right now, you just, once again, you want to get out of here. No injuries for either team.
And a lot of action all over West Tennessee. We'll have some of that action for you. Anderson and Barham to the right, Crabtree to the left. Washington still your quarterback. Here's the pass over the middle. He's got Anderson. And it's a good catch because he got hit hard by Walker Ray, number 4.
Man, what a hit. They're going to call it a catch.
Yep.
They thought that he dropped the ball, but you know, it's a great catch. And we're going to give him credit for hanging on to that one because you're right. Walker Ray just absolutely ripped him.
Yep. Cedric Anderson leaving the ball game. He played a couple of plays. I believe that's Dalton DeLoach in there now. We'll check that, try to pick up on some of the young men coming in.
Wally Graham is
in
and Wally Graham is at the nose tackle position.
Okay. Here's the throw, almost picked off by Everett Wells, the linebacker.
He wants that one back, Coach.
He really does because that's a linebacker's dream right there. Chilton Smith also in. And let's see, we've got, a timeout, Chester County. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, come back to finish up this game on News Talk 101.5.
Gee, Dad, I'm excited that you're taking me shopping for my first car. Where are we going?
To the same place your granddad took me for my first car, Old Country Auto. But now it's Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto. They still have the same laid-back atmosphere and friendly staff to help you, and a wider variety of vehicles and more to choose from. Well, here we are.
Wow, is that a car or a truck?
That is a 1985 El Camino.
That's a cool car over there.
That is a 1969 Camaro SS Pace Car Convertible. Here's what you've been looking at online. There's all the sedans.
And look at all those SUVs.
Now let's drive a couple of these SUVs and a couple of these sedans, and we'll take it from there. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto carries a wide variety of inventory, from SUVs, trucks, sedans, passenger vans, and classic cars. Go to oldcountryauto.com and shop for your next vehicle, or just come by and see us at Airways and the Bypass, Jackson, Tennessee.
Washington takes the snap, flips it out to number 22, Williamson. Short gain of a couple of yards, 30 seconds and counting, Dave, and this contest will be over.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna kill the ball right here and leave it at fourth down, or they may run a play. Yeah, they got to run a play. They can't. That's intentional groundings. You cannot ground the ball from the shotgun.
That's right.
That is intentional grounding. Of course, I don't blame them. They're going to call timeout. I wouldn't have called that either. But just a high school rule, if you're going to ground it, you have to be under center.
And let's go back for a 30-second timeout on News Talk 101.5.
Need a haircut on a Monday, but no salons open? We've all been there with hairdressers not open on Mondays. Not anymore. House of Hair opens Monday and every Monday. Walk-ins welcome, appointments to suit your schedule. And right now, House of Hair is looking to hire 3 hairdressers and a nail technician. House of Hair, a full-service hair salon. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 16A Conrad Drive, Jackson. 731-240-1660.
And I also want to wish my uncle who's listening in Arkansas a happy birthday today.
Well, Coach, and happy birthday to your uncle, and I want to say hello to Mr. Jess, the groundskeeper out at Freed Hardeman. He kindly delivered us a big truckload of warning track material today that me and the girls put down. But Jess is a great guy.
Back about 40 yards deep. Here's the pressure on Washington. He shoots it down the field. Almost picked off the defender's hands and caught by Anderson, and the time runs out. Your final score. Chester County has 34, but Jackson Christian has the more important score. 70-34, Jackson Christian wins. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and get quotes from David Wade and myself, and we will wrap this thing up on 101.5 and on WNWS.com.
If your insurance policy is coming up for renewal, don't just send in a check. Do yourself a favor and contact Shanna Tabor at Farmers Insurance. Shanna helps customers like you identify the coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about your insurance. Shanna has the tools and knowledge to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, life, or business insurance.
And I may save you hundreds of dollars. Hello, this is Shanna Tabor, your Farmers Insurance agent. Stop by my office on University Parkway next to the post office for a free quote, or find me at stabor@farmersagent.com.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
And a happy ending to this football game, 70-34. Jackson Christian wins. 104 points worth of offense up and down the field. I'm going to have to get my calculator out, but we've got to end the post-game show a little shorter than normal. We'll have those stats for you Saturday. Either Greg Armour will call in or we'll get the official stats. Saturday Sports Roundup 10 to 12. Coaches call in from time to time. And I understand some condolences in the family of Coach Palmer's wife, if I understood the message I got right. And we wish condolences as someone passed away. And also, like I said, my uncle a happy birthday. All the listeners, next week we're going to tell you how you can text, and we'll get the messages relayed to us and have a little fun. We want to hear from you. 70-34, Jackson Christian wins. Dave Wade, the best color man in the business of the A-team, he will have some scores and final comments for you.
Well, the final scores that we have right now is Dyer County is 42, O'Brien 12. That's a final. Westview 44, Gibson County 14. That is a final. Covington, in what some people would consider an upset, I don't, because Haywood is 0-2. Covington 2-0 with a 20-13 win over Haywood. University School of Jackson was
Dave, they had, I think, at 35-3. Let me check it.
I think
now, Dyer County, here's one for you, Dave. Dyer County 42, O'Brien County 12.
Right.
There it is, 35-3. Yes, USJ wins.
And then the last one, Nashville Christian, has gone behind Good Pasture, 14-6 in the second quarter, and Wilson Central and BGA was postponed. Our foe last week, FACS, took it on they took it on the heart tonight against Christian Brothers, 37-0. Coach, what a ball game! I'm telling you, this is the second week that this offense has really fired on all cylinders. And yes, you want to say the defense gave up 34 points. Hey, that's a great, talented offense that Chester County had, and we actually kind of went into not a full prevent, but we were making sure what had to happen, and we took care of it. And what a great win to come to Henderson and take it off. And now we got a little payback, Coach.
Yes, we do. And unfortunately, it's against one of my friends. He was not the head coach last year. Shannon O'Brien, who's been an assistant at Northside, a head coach over in Memphis. He also coached the high school that most of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kids played on back in the 90s. And he's a fine fella. He coaches a pro team in Poland when he's not in school. Their season is different than ours. And, Shannon, I love you except for when Jackson Christian plays you.
Well, hey, Coach, I've got to say, and I will admit when I have made a mistake, and I learned something tonight. Well, a really, really, really good friend of mine just texted me. There is a new high school rule. You can now spike the ball from the shotgun. Okay. It is not intentional grounding. That is a new rule. Thanks, buddy. I know who, and I tell you what, who sent that in. There's no question that it's right. But,
I think I know, too. Mr. Rules himself.
I'll tell you, last year in that Tipton-Rosemark game, we controlled that thing for probably the entire game, and in the last 2 minutes, there was two major plays that happened. One because of an injury, and then the other was just blown coverage, and at that point they scored and broke our hearts. I know me and you were kind of quiet on that ride home.
Yes, we were. We didn't have as much. Normally, Dave and I, we have a good time when we do Eagle football.
Well, and that one set pretty hard on both of our hearts, and it's going to be nice right now going into that ball game with two wins under our belt. And, Coach, that's Tipton-Rosemark's first game. They have not played yet this year.
No, they haven't.
No.
But now Shannon is a trickster.
Oh, yeah.
I know him well. I'll bet $10 to a donut that he or some of his coaching staff were here tonight, even though you swap films on Huddle. Dave, final comments from you, and then I'm going to recap the scoring, go over some sponsors, and thank Johnny Johnson and Paul Schultze early, and I'll probably thank them again.
Well, I'll tell you, I really, really enjoyed being down here in Henderson. Thanks to Athletic Director Brandon Pipkin and
thank his wife, Lee Pipkin.
Oh, Lee,
too.
yeah,
she
Lee
was
a
big asset.
That's it. And then a really special thanks to Paul and the cameraman and doing a great job up top, getting them close ones on. I love them close ones on the measurement. And Clay Murley, the principal down here at Chester, they really, really did the hospitality, and I'm really, really just the bottom line, player of the game is going to go to the offensive line. And if I had to pick another one, it would be the coaching staff because they called one of the best ball games, best executed ball games I've seen in a long time. Coach, I'm really, really, really excited about this team.
You know what? It's bad grammar, but you did good, guys.
I know.
You really did. Let's don't leave out our good buddy Ray Pack.
Yes.
And, of course, Cameron Greer back monitoring at Worldwide headquarters. And one of our directors is the one and only Seabass, but he's not a fish. And
yes, he is.
Oh, he is. Okay. Folks, we enjoyed the game tonight. Great offensive explosion. One thing I'll add to what Dave said. We scored so quick sometimes that it put Chester County with extra opportunities to score tonight, and that sometimes changes things. And Greg's trying to get down. I'm not going to hold him up, but we will get the stats because he is the official statistician. Very quickly, go by and tell these people you heard about them on News Talk 101.5 and on the Jackson Christian School broadcast. Sonic, McDonald's, King Jewelers, Jackson State Community College, Old Country Auto, Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, Gene Langley 4, Toyos Clinic, Mitchell's Body Shop, House of Hair, Mac Pest Control, Kimberly Evans, your Caldwell Banker Realtor, also Victory Honda, Carlock Nissan, all of those fine people right there. And don't forget about Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto in that too. I may have mentioned them, but I didn't check them off as I went. We want to thank those sponsors. We want to thank you, the listeners. Drive safely going home. Also, for those of you, we're not sure whether we're going to get rain or just a lot of air now out of this thing, but it blew tonight. For my man, Dave Wade, for Johnny Johnson, Paul Schultze, and the Jackson Christian School Eagles, and we want to thank their administration too. Jason Shelton has been a big help, Chase McLean. We're going to say the famous words. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time. Good night, all.